What's up, Smashers? This is the Anime Squad Podcast, episode 89.
89, woo!
And I'm your villager, Omar.
And I'm Falco Robbie.
And this is your Game & Watch, David.
And this is Captain Falcon Josh.
And like always, I need you to Falcon punch the like button.
Punch!
I need you to shine the comment section. I need you to Hadouken that subscribe button.
Hadouken!
And use your flood to turn on the notification bell.
Woo!
And like always, I need you guys to we have timestamps for your favorite shows of the week. And you know, we're on social media, Twitter, Instagram,
All the socials.
yes, including MySpace. And
Especially MySpace. Looking at you, Tom.
Friendster.
yeah, so you know, give us a follow there.
Those two are a lie.
But give us a follow so you could keep up with us with trendy news and all that stuff. But with that being said, let's just get into the animes this week because we're losing one of them this week. But starting off with Sakugan, episode 11.
Woo!
And I don't know what happened here in Sakugan with
I don't know.
It felt
I don't
filler.
know either.
It
I
felt
don't
like
know
a
what it
filler
was.
one-off.
It's like another OVA. We're
Yeah.
at the second last
Yeah.
episode.
we were
They
just
showed off a singer, and I'm like, oh, shoot. She's totally going to be in the main cast, right? They're like, with just, one more episode left?
Yeah.
Let's go.
it was so weird. I was like, we were just praising it last week about
Yeah.
like how we're finding the story and stuff, and now we're like,
We took one step forward, two steps back, basically.
yeah. I'm just like,
That's the second to last episode of the series.
It was a good episode,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
it was
taught-
it was in a bad area though.
It was a good episode, but it should have been like episode 3.
yeah.
It taught Memempu that like not everyone thinks of themselves when they dream of bigger. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta make sacrifices. You gotta think about the people around you. You know, that's a lesson. That's a good lesson to learn.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just so weird that this is the second to last episode of the series.
Here's my theory right now. It's either gonna be the last episode's gonna be rushed and horrible, like awful, or it's gonna be a second season guaranteed.
Yeah.
I'm hoping
Yeah.
for the latter.
And
I'm
that
hoping.
we said that last week.
Because
We're
if
hoping
they
for that.
rushed the last episode, it's getting like a 2 out of 10. Is bad. Like, don't
Yeah.
watch this.
Yeah.
There's way better anime out there. But if they make a second season, then I have hope.
Yeah, there's promise to the show. But
Yep.
But like speaking of the episode, we Shina, our diva singer, you know, we get introduced to her. You know, how Robbie said the lesson was learned of like not everyone follows their dreams, and some do.
that's
Some just having a goal in life that they want to pursue, and that's it. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it sounds crazy to say, but like, you know, people like the mundane like routine. It's like, all right, this is
Yeah, it's like my dad was a blacksmith, so I'm gonna be a blacksmith. You know, my song family
I'm glad they
diva.
taught Memempu that, because that's one of the most annoying characteristics of her incessant need for this dream,
Yes.
like her screw everybody, you know, type
Yeah.
of mentality.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do it myself. I need to do this.
Yeah.
Instead of like caring for any of her teammates, because she doesn't care. She barely even cares about Gagumber. Like, it's like she's a brat.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, like,
Absolutely.
yeah.
she's a brat,
Oh.
and you know, I'm not a big fan of her, but I want her
Speaking-
to grow.
Speaking of the relationship between Gagumber and Memempu, what do you guys think of that little droplet of like after the credits?
Oh, like the what's gonna happen next episode?
Yeah,
Yeah, when they crash into the thing and
they kidnap Memempu. They're like, I wonder what your real dad would say.
Yeah,
I'm
that,
like,
that was
Yeah.
like what?
what
Like
are you
now?
guys- yeah, what are
this
you
is the
guys?
second last episode.
Yeah.
We have one episode left.
Like,
How
what do
are
you
we gonna fill
mean?
this information in
Yeah,
the
exactly.
last episode?
That would have been a great plot theory. It was like, oh, Ganumber's not really her father. Then who was?
If you instead of messing around doing the whole road trip thing, if you had that theory going it by like episode 6, then I would have been like,
Yeah, okay. Now we got a story.
okay.
But they literally dropped it. Not even in the episode, because people don't watch the ending sometimes, right?
That's
So
true.
like, oh,
Yeah.
It's happened a few times to you guys too.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's happened.
Vivi?
Oh.
I can't deny, yes. but yeah, it's just crazy that they will put out the information at the very end, and hopefully like they reoccur next week, hopefully. But yeah, man,
I'm scared.
I am
of
too.
where this is going.
Where it ends up, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it can go into any direction, and it's so weird saying that, like, at this point, again, with just one episode left, like, where do you go?
It's weird. I guess for this season in general. No, I'll bring it up. No,
Yeah.
wait. Yeah, this week is not the last week. It's next week. Well, I'll
next
talk
week.
about it next week.
Mm.
I'll bring it up next week. But yeah.
Yeah, that's when all of our shows are ending.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
for this
Also-
one, yeah, I can't say more because then I want to explain around
Yeah,
the
that'll
whole
be your
entirety
opinion.
of
Yeah,
it.
we
Yeah.
still.
Yeah, dude, wait for the review.
Yeah.
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 You guys said pretty much what I.
For now,
Got it.
we're just sticking with this episode. But as an episode, it was a good episode.
Yeah.
Placement is just
Weird
really
placement.
Yeah.
Weird placement. Did not feel like, hey, we're wrapping up the show right now type of episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this one-off episode was actually entertaining. I like how
yeah,
it was
no, it was.
It
compared
had a good
to.
message, I wish more of the one-off episodes were like this, because some of the one-off episodes were just like bad,
Yeah.
like just
Yeah.
boring and
Like,
We're stuck
no
in an
meaning.
island.
No, for me, the worst one was the desert one. There was
Yeah.
no
when they got-
continuation.
Where they got the plants.
yeah,
Yeah,
we didn't
that
go.
was
We didn't go
awful.
anywhere with that.
Papa.
Yeah, so we didn't go anywhere with that.
I forget those characters are in this show.
They weren't
Yeah,
even in this episode.
They have next to no development. I thought they were gonna develop Zaklatu after
That's what I thought too.
they revealed,
Yeah.
but they just forgot about that. This anime brings up so many like
Questions.
good plot ideas and then just forgets about them after one episode.
Yeah.
Like it's not even a thing.
But yeah, it was a good episode. It's just like a broken record. Like it's just placed wrong, and we will see what happens next week with the final episode of Sakugan, and let's hope for the best for that one. But either way, we move on to our next show. We have Mieruko-chan, episode 11,
Woo.
and I did not expect this story to be told.
Flashback.
As much as we were ripping on Sakugan for not having a story, I am pleasantly surprised that Mieruko-chan actually has a story.
I know.
Yes, it was so like it blew my first episode like theories out of the water.
For
where I'm like,
real?
oh, it's probably gonna fall.
No,
from
especially
the-
Ravi. Yeah.
No, especially me. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I was like the biggest like. I had like the biggest critique out of everybody because I was like, oh shoot, this is gonna follow like a trend. I can see it now. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh no.
But it doesn't. It's
does
amazing.
not.
It doesn't. It actually has like a routine story. And now this episode revealing that the ghost that haunts that Zen is a good guy
Yeah.
and he wants to help, but the ghost that haunts him is his evil mother.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna have like a final boss battle.
Yeah.
With the ghost. Like this is epic. This is
Yeah.
Yes,
awesome.
very much so. Like this was like I as soon as I saw that flashback go in, I'm like, oh man, we're gonna see some little digging.
Yeah.
I love that. I
And
love that.
and
Like when
it's
they
actually really well paced too, because they didn't just introduce Zen like in the last episode or something,
No.
or the second last episode or something like that to create.
they were
like,
building
some,
up. Yeah.
They were
They had
implementing
him in
it.
like the second episode, and then he came back in like 4 episodes ago, and then now he was a staple for a while.
Yeah.
Of this guy they were kind of scared of.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, most definitely, and especially like the whole that episode when he was in, like, you know, don't judge a book by its cover, right?
Yeah.
That lesson's
Yeah.
literally.
It's
I-
still embedded. Yeah.
yeah.
I pretty much did the whole joke about him not being, you know, the bad
yeah,
guy.
which
Yeah.
Yeah.
and in theory you were
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Which is crazy.
His
It's
mom, his dead mom.
yeah.
That was messed up.
Her
though.
mom, his mom was scary.
Yeah.
He is awful.
She's awful lady.
But you know what I like about her?
What?
I like about her because she's not like, she is like a crazy like villain and she looks crazy and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but she's not like a lot of animes when they make like a crazy parent thing, they make them like horrible, like
Yeah.
abusive,
Yeah,
I beat
like
my
deplorable.
kid, I'm a serial killer or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
But no,
She
she's
kinda
just
killed.
super strict and wants her kid to be perfect.
Yeah.
And like, oh, you
she's
got a
crazy
98?
like that.
Yeah. It's like,
And
oh,
there's
you.
people like that are
No,
like,
yeah,
I
was about to
literally
say that.
Well,
like,
she-
like
She had the kind of yandere thing for me for some reason.
Well,
Like
yeah,
she
I know
really.
they made her look like it, but her actual motive behind it wasn't like direct like evil intentions. It was just like,
Well, she
I want
wanted
you
to
to
love.
focus on me and only me.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
It's the yandere.
no other distractions, right?
And like it's like I kind of like it too how they set her up because they don't go real deep into her background, but you could just tell like oh, don't leave me like your father did. Or stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
So,
they,
like-
put
they
in-
drop subtle hints that she's crazy, so that's why she's alone.
So that you could put two and two of like what's going on with her.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just not
Yeah.
just crazy for being crazy, right?
Nope. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
all.
maybe
it's all
maybe
linked
she
back.
wasn't crazy before, and then when her husband left, it was like she
She broke.
lost a part of her. She broke her.
Yeah.
Gonna leave me now?
Yep,
Yeah.
just like your father.
And yeah, this episode was amazing. Honestly,
was.
Miku
Really
like
good. This show has impressed me so much.
I know it's crazy. Like
And Miko's intention in general, like I like the fact that the teacher himself was actually like suspicious of her.
Oh, it was funny too. The whole scene, I was like, oh, he's gonna get isekai'd, man.
oh yeah, when he got
Yeah.
hit by the car.
Yeah, he got hit by the car, man.
The one thing that I kind of want to find out though is because like there's still a case of who's abusing animals. Because the thing is that
Oh, yeah.
she thought it was him that was doing it, and then he thought it was her. But then
Also,
who's
I
doing
want to
it?
ask about when we saw him with the blood on his hands and stuff. What was that all about?
That is true.
Like
Yeah.
we saw him with like a bloody knife and like a blood on his hands in his
Probably-
He
apartment.
probably
and
got
stuff
cut
like
by
that.
cats.
Oh, you know what I think it is? Because since he was like rescuing cats, maybe
Yeah.
like one got like like cut up or something, and maybe that's like blood. Doing surgery. Maybe I don't know.
They'll probably
maybe.
show.
I don't know.
Well, we'll
my
find out.
theory, and this might sound wild, my theory was that he killed his mom. because
Oh
he was
crap!
overbearing. That was my theory,
Yeah.
and that's why she's attached to him.
That's actually a
maybe.
good theory.
Maybe we'll see.
That keep that noted, guys.
Write that down.
Write that down.
That or he got cut by a cat.
That's
Yeah.
That's it.
But it's not
Since
as
he
interesting.
takes care of a lot of
It's
cats.
not.
Yeah.
It's not as interesting.
But
though.
the bit,
Yeah, because his friend, even his
Yeah.
friend said it too. Like,
You're right.
oh,
Mhm.
he had a ton of cats in his house, so I had to literally go to his house to take him out of there.
Yeah.
and then like Robbie said, the interesting question is who is killing the cats now?
That
though?
yeah, that is still
It's
the
like
question.
what? Like we have no clue, no like evidence
Yeah,
of
that
who the
is-
cat killer is.
That, yeah.
So I'm just
don't
like,
know.
Who could it be?
But with that being said, I mean, we have one more episode of Mieruko-chan, and I can't wait. I can't wait how this wraps up this season, and maybe into season 2. We'll see. I don't know. Passione did a good job.
They did.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's not as etchy as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It really isn't at all.
Like the first 2 episodes kind of fool you, honestly.
They do.
Yeah, and then it just gets like normal anime after that.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy for.
Yeah, me too. I didn't want. Yeah, I think it'd be a little weird.
But with that being said, we move on to our next show. We have Platinum End, episode 11.
Episode 11.
And now, Hajime.
Oh jeez.
Is-
full-
I dropped my score from this from a 2 to a 1.
Oh man, the show's not even halfway done.
Show is just gotten
All right,
like
do-
he's just really
do you
dumb.
guys-
He's learned about love now.
Do you guys want to know my thing? Like
Oh.
once we get to the halfway point, you guys could review this on the minis because I'm done with this show. in General.
Damn.
Yeah.
We're gonna be a 3-man show.
That's crazy. I mean,
I
let's-
will review this on the minis because I want to. Sometimes you just gotta watch something bad, like really bad. Sometimes you just gotta punish yourself because you're having too much fun with the other anime,
But
and you
but
just have to
David,
punish yourself.
but David, don't you want to know what's gonna happen with the
No.
lady and the virus?
No.
Yeah, the virus lady. Yeah,
She infected that mouse.
She made the global thing that's happening that
Yeah.
shall not be named.
Dude,
Yeah,
She made it.
Yeah,
she
this
made
pandemic.
that.
You guys are dumb.
She
made
created
it.
it.
Yeah, that.
It was all
good point.
because they lost the fight.
They lost the gun nut.
Platinum End was actually happening like in 2019, and it's a documentary.
Yeah.
It's a documentary.
I mean,
Oh my
how else
God.
could you explain the Donald Trump hat?
Just
Donald
get back to the
Trump.
Oh my
story.
God,
All
I
right,
know.
we're done. We're done with the
Oh my
joke.
god.
This show.
Yeah, but this show, it's like Robbie saying earlier, Hajime flips sides and he finally knows the true meaning of love, right?
Yep.
Oh,
After getting
but
shot with the
yeah.
arrow.
Yeah.
Because the stupidity from the main villain not shooting him with his own arrow.
Yeah.
He just let him loose.
Which, by the way,
But it's okay. He has like 6 other people that are like the president of the United States.
Oh my!
And this biochemist who wants to kill everyone in the world, and
a
this
good
guy
note.
who really loves weapons.
yeah, and his last name is literally like explosion or whatever, like in Japanese, like Bakumatsu or whatever.
This show is just. Wow.
Also, okay. Also, the way his it might have been like an animation error.
Bad.
It might have been like an animation error, but like the way his legs were positioned, I thought he was like paraplegic.
Oh, because of where the machine guns are set and stuff.
Yeah.
But he did lose a hand though, so like now he's legitimately like eligible for disability. So
Okay, this.
So instead of talking about Platinum Men, is this anything like Death Note?
No. Not
Okay,
even close.
good.
no,
Because
Death actually
if this is
really
anything like Death Note, then I will hate
Nah.
on Death Note forever.
no. Death Note's actually really like it's actually really nuanced, and it actually does get you like legitimately thinking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The characters are also
It's a whole
really
different genre.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Unlike this, that's
this
literally
doesn't have
probably
to do
the
with
worst-
anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is
The
just
worst battle royale I've ever seen. This is worse than Mirai Nikki, and I gave Mirai Nikki a 1.
Jesus.
It's like
But-
a 0.5.
I think by
like
that
the
standard, would you say that by that standard, do you think Mirai Nikki got up a little bit since you've seen something worse than
No,
that?
they're both absolutely horrific. But, dude,
That's
I will
funny.
never change my
Yeah.
opinion on Mirai Nikki. But this is like a -1. Like this is like
It's
the
crazy
worst.
too because like it's not the main character's fault. Like it's not Mirai's fault or
No.
Nase's fault. It's literally like the world around them.
Yeah, the world
Yeah,
around the
everything
villains
just
themselves,
sucks.
like, they're really like one note, not interesting at all, and you're just like, God damn.
And they drop
Why
like
are you-
flies.
Yeah, they drop like
You're,
flies.
you're kind of sitting there and you're like, dude, what am I doing with my life? Like, it's like I could be watching anything else.
But it's entertaining though. At least for me,
I
it's
will-
super
but
entertaining.
I want to stick with it because sometimes, like I said, you just need to watch like the worst thing ever to make sure you know what's good. To appreciate. Sometimes you need to watch the worst of the worst to appreciate the good.
That's why I watch reality shows.
Or
And
you
that's
should
why we're watching Platinum End.
Shout out
you
to
should-
Hell Kitchen.
you should check out X
Shout out to
Arms.
Survivor.
Oh,
Actually,
X Arms?
Survivor's
X
good.
I
Arms.
wanted to watch X Arms when it was around.
Nah, I meant Josh.
Oh,
Oh god.
You should check
Shout
out
to
X Arms.
X-Arm.
hello,
I'll check it out.
hello.
Me and Rabbi on the minis watching X-Arm.
Oh lord, that's crazy. But I think with that, we should just move on because we just slandered the crap out of Platinum Men.
He deserved it.
Yeah, no, I really did. This episode was weird, and
Because there was hardly anything that
Yeah.
happened
Hey,
other
but the
than
main characters they shot
fighting.
themselves. So
Yeah.
that was pretty
I
smart.
mean that was smart.
That was smart.
Smart and
I like how this was funny. I like how when they all shot themselves, it was like, oh, I love you.
Yeah.
I don't even know our main character's name.
They're
and
loyal to each other.
Saki-chan, but then when Murabito got shot, he was like, I'm sorry to my wife. I fell in love with another woman.
Yeah, because he had to shoot Saki. I was like, oh.
I thought that was funny because I was like, dude, his mind is cheating right now.
yeah, that's funny. But I think that's probably only the best part of the episode.
The best part of the episode.
And with that being said, let's just move on to our next show. We have Arena, the Vampire Cosmonaut, episode 11. And
Love goes to space.
Lev finally goes to space.
Love
Woo!
goes to space, baby.
But
He
it's
did it.
bittersweet for Arena
Yeah.
because
Yes.
she heard him saying, you know, she was like his biggest supporter, like in his
Yeah.
camp, you know, and trying not to let bother her that, you know, she was the first person to go, but she was like, okay, if I'm not the first person, I want you to be the first person to be recognized.
Yeah.
But when he started saying exactly what she said, she got like upset. She was mad at him for saying that because it was like you're just repeating what I said. Like you're taking my line.
You didn't even know what flower this is.
Yeah, you didn't even know what that was until I told you.
Yeah.
Like she was, and then she runs out and she's begging him to answer why he's repeating, and she's in the sunlight.
Yeah.
And like the anime gets all weird and black and white.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that. Yeah, because it answered two things. First was what happens to vampires when they're out in the sun and they're just
Yeah.
like completely blind, basically,
Yeah.
because of how bright
she
everything
can't
is.
see anything.
Yeah. And two, the fact that you get that scene and you see that actually bother her, because for the longest time Irina was like, I don't care about this, I don't care about that.
But she
all
does
that
care.
stuff.
She does really
But
care.
she does care because it's been in the back of her mind for the whole show on how that she knows that she's disposable, but she's been trying to push it aside. But it attacks her pretty much every episode in her mind.
Yeah,
She thinks she's gonna be killed and stuff like that.
I like the fact that there was a lie within a lie. There was 2 lies within that lie.
Yeah,
So
but
it kind of affected both of them in a way.
I don't know how I took it. Like Lev, copying what she was saying. It was kind of like a shout out.
It was
to her.
a tribute. It was absolutely a tribute.
He took it like that. He wanted to do that to her.
Yeah.
As look, I acknowledge you as the first cosmonaut. I'm gonna repeat what you described at, because you were the first person to go to space. That's why he said it. Because he looked at it and he saw the log book of her logs, and he's like, I don't need to write anything. She already wrote everything that I'm seeing right now. So she just repeated what she wrote. He didn't write anything.
Yeah.
But so while he took it as like, it's a shout out to you, right? You're the first person in space, and I admire you and I recognize you. She took it as him taking her credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is complex.
Okay.
But it just sucks because they don't get to actually see each other at all ever since Lev actually got chosen to go to space. So yeah.
So because if they saw each other, he would have explained, I'm gonna tell them what you said, and then she would have been okay with that, of course.
Okay. That makes more sense now.
Yeah.
So in her mind, she just thinks that he's leeching off of her, like he's not original and he's just not coming up with anything new and stuff like that.
Took
but
it
in
from
his
me.
mind, he's giving her a shout out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's like if you replace the astronaut game with like the rap game, and like Irina was like she had her own bars that she was spitting, but like nobody acknowledged her.
Yeah.
So Lev copied her, like, oh,
Yeah, basically,
Copy
kind
my-
of like that.
copy my beats.
Yeah, that's such a good analogy. No, yeah.
That actually is a good analogy.
Yeah, as wacky as it sounds, that's a good analogy.
It's like a Kanye copying some no-name SoundCloud rapper's bars.
Yeah.
You could have just said Ghost Rider, and that was it.
Yeah, Ghost Rider as well.
That's the most simplest way to say it.
Yeah, but the point was across. Then the ending with what is Anya?
Anya, yeah.
What is she gonna do?
Well,
She's about to rebel.
I want to say one more thing about when Irina actually goes out. You actually see that the sun actually like hurts her because Anya grabbed the sheet and covered her up.
Yes.
Because it's like it started like burning her a little bit.
The burn.
So she had to cover her and then consoled her and said, and she was. Yeah, that was just a really good moment. That was the best part of the scene. But yeah, Anya at the end though, she's like, I'm ready to go to war, baby.
I'm ready to rebel against the Soviet state. Let's go.
Also, we have teaser because Lev's writing a thing, and that lady there who got Lev in the position, she said, you could either start a revolution with this because you're the most important person in the entirety of the Soviet Union basically right now.
Yeah.
Or you could just continue. So I can't wait to see what Lev does. Maybe he shouts out Irina. Maybe he strives for equality among vampires and stops the discrimination or something. Because he has the most influence now.
Yeah, I could see Lev doing that. It's like, shout out to Irina, and that vampires are real. She's actually the first one.
Lev's about to be
the
the
first
Martin.
one. I can't take her because
And I
Lev
love
was
her.
really upset too because the director.
Oh, he didn't get
keeps
credit
having,
either.
Like the
Yeah,
heart
that's
attacks
true.
and stuff. He didn't get shouted out. It was just Lev.
Yeah, just Lev.
I don't like that.
He's the hero of art. What's the place called?
Soviet Union.
USZR.
It's basically the Soviet Union.
Yeah. Motherland.
He is the hero.
So Lev might be the new Martin Luther King of Soviet Union.
Let's go.
Let's go, Lev. Fight for your love, baby.
It is the 60s, so hey.
Hey, man, I'm excited to see what happens in the conclusion of Arena Vampire Cosmonaut.
Yeah, I feel like
Can't
this
wait.
anime is going to conclude pretty well. Like,
Yeah.
It seems to be a very solid story. Like, there was no weird pacing issues or anything.
And will Arena bite Lev? I want that to happen.
Yeah, I want that to happen too. I want them to share in that beautiful, intimate, blood-sucking moment.
Oh, wait, weren't you the one, Omar, to say, "Yo, he's gonna die"? Or who said it was gonna die? I remember.
I think I said that.
Yeah.
But I hope they don't die now.
I want
Now you're changing your mind
Lev
now?
to
Yeah.
bite Arena. That's what I want to see.
They become vampire. Oh, he becomes a vampire, right?
They bite each other,
Yeah.
and then that's instead of kissing,
how
they
does
just
that
bite
work?
Each other.
Oh.
Yeah, they're both going at each other
At the same time.
Or maybe they just bite. I'm not going into it. But yes, we're very excited for the next episode, and we can't wait, honestly. But with that, we move on to our next show, our most beloved show of the season. I like to strongly agree with. Ousama ranking, episode 10.
Let's go.
Ousama ranking.
Boji, my man has
Dude.
grown.
Yeah.
I love
this
the-
story is so deep. It's so layered.
I love his weapon of choice and
The
the
rapier?
whole.
It
yes,
makes sense.
It makes sense for him.
I love how Despa's a genius. I love how he was like, okay, Boji's really fast. He's really like technical and accurate. I'm just gonna teach him the perfect technique because he has no power.
Pressure
All he needs is
points.
technique, and he can take down any enemy. And boom, there he is. He has just all the technique in the world.
Yep.
He has every single technique out there. Dude can stab someone non-vitally like 100 times and knock them out.
Or kill him.
Or kill
Or
him.
kill him.
Yeah.
I love that scene. That his
Yeah,
evil
where
eyes.
Kage's looking at him and
Yeah.
Boji's just like,
Which is, it makes so much sense, right? Like his weapon being repaired, him to like actually have pressure point skills, and
I
like
love the creativity.
Yeah.
I would never have thought of that if I was writing the story.
Yeah.
exactly
Like that's so creative.
because like
how can you fight someone and disarm them without like physical strength?
because like
And that they
Just
figured out how.
become Kenshiro. There you go.
yeah, it's crazy, and then like
No,
it's a scary thought to fight that against, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh damn, that's really threatening.
And what's crazy too is the scene after, because it was leading to like Despa being kind of like he was doing this
yeah,
in a
like he was
bad
working
way.
with them,
Yeah.
but he just paid them off to be there to be his.
Oh, I was scared because I
Yeah.
thought it was like
Yeah, I was
oh, there
scared
you
too.
go. Way to make him look really strong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my theory too. When I saw that, I was like, oh, don't tell me you bought them off to like make Boja look good. But it
But
ended.
no, he literally just bought them off to take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he was like, man, that wasn't even acting, bro. I legit felt dazed.
I'm so happy that was the case.
I know. I was like,
I've never
Yeah.
been so happy of a man
And then,
not
and then
pretending
Despa
he
was like,
got
"Yeah, I
knocked
told
out.
you, man's really strong. He's way stronger than I thought he was.
he didn't even. He's not even in his full form. Which I was like-
move that he doesn't even want to show off.
No, the fact that Desha's guards were also there too to kind of like
Yeah.
check it out. Like
Yeah.
he's got support. Like Boji's got support.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. And
And
okay,
speaking of
Okay,
support,
the one that wasn't supporting was Kage. Kage was so.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
At points
you're
he
right.
he didn't believe.
he was negative because he didn't think it was possible.
Yeah.
And that was a big thing.
I
In this
love
episode
that.
specifically was learning like to trust others and to have courage, because even when Boji's like down on his mom and stuff like that,
yeah.
and stuff like that, and Kage's like,
I don't blame him
Kage
though.
saw his mom fight for Boji like
Yes.
hard,
Yeah.
and
Bo-
he was like, you need to have courage
That
in the
courage,
people you
yup.
believe in.
Yeah, but like I don't blame Boji's mindset of like him thinking like that because like
Of course, but as we see, even with Bebin, like, dude, there's a big there's something going on that's
Oh,
way
yeah.
bigger than all of us. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's something happening that everyone is trying to be hush hush about
Mm-hmm.
and trying to protect Boji because they think he's gonna die. Like, this is really huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the
And-
fact that Bebin is he's not like, oh, I'm against Boji. Is that he thinks
He
Daida's
wants Boji to live, but he
Yeah.
Yeah.
has to serve Daida, but he
Yeah.
wants Boji to live because he
Yeah.
knows that whatever's gonna happen to Daida, or as he is King Bose right now, whatever's gonna happen to him is gonna be awful. Like, so, like
Yeah.
this is a huge underground conspiracy
It
that
is
we're just
super
hearing
huge.
little bits and pieces of,
yeah.
and we're just sitting here as the viewer like, what the f is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, like even like the snake, he predicted it as like I think King Daida will be in trouble, and then Ben was like, "That's funny, bro."
Well, everyone, even with the mirror and stuff like that, Boji's getting a reassurance, and everyone is like, Boji is the strongest person.
and
Like he
that's
is
the
going
reason-
to take down and reform he's gonna have a French Revolution on this kingdom.
No, and that's the reason why, like, when you see the opening and stuff, and you see like the group of people that's like
walking
following
behind
walking behind Boji. That's not just for aesthetic reasons.
And Omar's
That's
behind
there-
that too.
Yeah, no, that's there because like everybody is behind Boji, even if they're not overtly like expressing that.
It's very secretive. It's all very like hush hush classified information that we support Boji. Like we can't show it, but as the viewer, we don't know what this overlooming like horrible threat is. Like the whole conspiracy that's gonna happen.
All that said
We
and
just know
good.
it's there.
Now, all that said and good, but I need to ask you, gentlemen, this question:
Sure.
Would you guys want Boji as your king?
Heck yeah, bro. Yo, I just want
Yeah,
I want
that'd
to
be
know
awesome.
that. I want to know that opening you brought up. We're all behind him, bro.
Yeah, we're all behind
We're all
him.
we're all walking
behind him.
tall, bro. Like all the fans that are watching this show, we're all behind him, bro.
Hold on. David hasn't said anything, so I don't
Oh
know.
yeah.
Oh,
I was
okay,
no,
all right.
he's the one that brought it up.
I was
Yeah, he's the
saying
one
it
that
up.
brought it
I was saying it when you were talking about it.
Play too. I'm also behind Daida because Daida showed in this,
Oh, shoot.
in these fast few episodes that he is not what he was in the beginning. Like
No.
he was knocked down a peg or two. He's now, he understands Boji more.
He doesn't
And
even
I
have
feel
his own
like
body.
Him and Daida are gonna fight together.
Yeah, I feel
against
like
whatever
Yes.
this villain is.
That's what's good about what he learned. He learned it because of his brother itself. The whole fact that hey, like he's better than me. I gotta find my own way. I guess.
He'll be able to
I'm
discover
glad
himself.
That Daida learned because Daida thought he was on top of the world and he
Yeah.
thought he was king and he was the greatest.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that he realizes now that there's something bigger. Like there's something bigger than him. Like it's not just him. He's a puppet in this.
Oh yeah, literally.
Yeah.
And he paid the
Literally
consequences.
a puppet.
But it's just I'm just so excited to see like when we see Boji like really like become his own, right? And like when Akage called him out, like he was like, "Damn, you're right, Kage," and he just started beating himself up.
Oh yeah.
I was like, "Damn."
Yeah.
I was like,
It's like, man, Boji, don't do that. to
yeah,
yourself,
don't do
man.
it, bro.
You're
Like
okay.
I'm already feeling the emotions. Like, bro, it's
Everyone
alright.
has
I know.
those thoughts, man. It's okay. But again, that's why I think Queen Hilling is great too.
No,
because
yeah.
She, she loves Boji with all her heart.
And with this episode too, we found out with the big snake, the three-headed snake is that
Hydra.
he learned the lip
He
sync
trained Boji how to dodge.
Yeah.
That was
and to read
crazy.
lips too.
and read lips.
And relived, yeah.
That was
So
awesome.
There's so many people in his corner that's crazy. Like everyone is secretly behind Boji. Like,
Yeah.
but they can't make it known because there's something else out there that's scaring them into submission.
Looming in the shadows.
Yeah, I'm scared of the shadow, honestly. 'Cause-
I'm scared of the dark.
No, one
I need
shadow's
my
good
mommy.
though.
yeah, that's true. but-
Okay.
Is good.
Love that guy. But yeah, it just goes to show how we love this show, and it's just like, God, man, I can't. I every time I finish an episode, I'm like, I'll put on the next one, man. Put on the next episode.
No, you know what? Give us a full, like maybe like what 40 episodes.
Yeah,
like,
just dump it.
just dump it
I'll
more.
review-
Just go the Dragon Quest die round. Give you
Yes.
this 60 episodes. Let's go.
Let's go. So,
Damn.
man, I can't wait for next week, and I'm just love that the weapon of choice made sense.
Oh yeah.
So, I think with that being said, we have to move on to the next show, and that is 86.
It came back.
It's
back.
it's here this
And
week.
back with the best episode of the season.
Back with the vengeance.
This felt like old 86. Enough of that war, just pure military nonsense.
Mhm.
Give me some characters, give me some emotion, give me some character interaction. This revived the show a little bit. Please keep this up for the last few episodes. Like, just don't go back to what you were before. Just keep this pace. It feels like it's a different show, but this is what made the original 86 so good.
Also, this is episode 20. I wanted to mention that before.
Episode 20.
Yes.
Yes.
Episode 9 of part 2.
Yes.
Yes.
And yeah, just obviously Josh, praised it, and very well deserved, because the very beginning of the episode is like, Raiden, telling Shin like,
Yeah.
yo, get it together, man. It's like, you are not alone. Stop being a emo kid. And, I get it. I understand why you're in this situation. I've been with you since day one, but like, don't pretend I'm invisible. We're all here,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that whole scene was pretty tough to see with this guy in general, because we hardly got it from this season.
Yeah,
his conversation. Yeah,
it makes sense why he will like. He's very emotional. Like why he's like, I'm done being silent, bro. Like, come on, like we're a team.
I want to say something else too. Like the symbolism in this episode compared to every other episode was crazy. Like this felt like a different show. It was like there was like the shadow symbolism, and then there was the butterfly being eaten right away.
Hold on, Josh.
And then when they're all looking, they're split off, and he's all by himself.
But I have a feeling the reason why this episode did so well is because it was always focused on Shin, and that's why our other guy got upset, because it's not always about you.
Yeah.
It was always focused on you, but we're still behind you. You can't go off on your own. You can't do this. You can't suicide yourself.
And I'm really glad too that we kind of get to see like Shin's inner like turmoil and stuff like that, because all throughout the season we're looking at him and we're like, this dude is just an edgelord. Like he's just.
Yeah,
he's so
this season.
But in this episode, we find out that dude has depression. Like he's going through a lot of mental issues right now.
Which makes sense.
He hates himself. He can't find joy in things anymore.
Oh yeah,
like he used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, which makes sense because like even in the first season, like his goal was done. Everything he had a drive for, he did it. He killed his brother.
I like that they bring that up.
And then he's like, "What do I have now?
Yeah.
What's my drive? I use your stupid night as my drive, but I really don't care. Like that's the only that keeps me going."
Yeah.
And that was a really good conversation with Frederica too, because we finally learned about Frederica's motivation, how she's like upset and she's like, there's no point, like I'm causing wars by living because I'm an example of the old regime. And like stuff like that, and she's like, I'm just using, the only reason I keep going is because I want to finally put my knight to peace, basically, because he's being used as a puppet by the Legion. They're using his brain or whatever, and that's what I wanted to do. But after that's over, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. I'm more trouble being alive than I am if I was dead.
Our characters being lost souls.
Finally, we get some character development.
Nah, yeah, most
Thank
definitely.
you.
I think
Thank you, 86.
I think
It's what I
86.
want.
86 like shines in the character moments when it's just two characters talking to each other, or like when it's a group.
Or when it's a group, and when 86 shines the best when they're not fighting.
That's true. Sad to say.
That's the ultimate truth.
That's sad to say, but it's very true.
Because I think the thing about the action in 86 is that the action is meant to drive the further emotions that you feel with the characters interacting, rather than it being the centerpiece itself. Yeah. It's meant to complement. Yeah. It's meant to complement the story, but not actually
in the
be
first
its own
season,
thing.
it did that really well. Like I felt like the action was really well paced in that. Like the action felt heavy when you saw them go to fight, and with the general and everything that.
I guess with this one, it's more like a lot more to desire, I guess, compared to like the first season where it was just it's them versus
everyone.
Yeah.
This one's a lot more complex with like the political stuff and like the nations and stuff like that, which I don't like personally, because it gets too much.
It can be jarring.
You're getting a lot of characters and none of them are developed.
Yeah.
So, but when you narrow it down on like a few characters and you really hone in on them, that's where 86 shines. Because even in this episode, they talked about the Major again. Our main character for the first scene, they talked about her. They talked about how the Republic is probably gone.
Yeah.
Because it's probably destroyed.
Yeah.
Because they can't get into contact with them at all. And I'm glad they finished that storyline up, because they ended it off on a cliffhanger. It was like an after credit scene, and you just see the Legion storming the Republic.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they finally kind of not put like because we don't know what happened, but they kind of put in they kind of put a pin in it and said it's probably destroyed. The Scragglers are probably just like in their own faction now. There is no Republic anymore.
Yeah, so we'll probably maybe see the MC somewhere, like
Or Blood Queen.
yeah,
Yeah.
somewhere else.
Hopefully she's not actually.
Is she
dead.
the MC anymore?
No, not this part.
Not this,
Shit
not
now.
this part.
No.
It's. I think we've. I
Shin-
should just
Shin's
give
no.
up about that. As much as
It's
I.
weird how I find it's interesting how 86 switched their main character.
Yeah.
Like, how
Yeah,
often
very
do you
much.
see that in anime? Like a show in a second season
JoJo.
just switch the main character.
JoJo.
That's
JoJo does
I mean, okay, fair enough. Fair enough, I guess.
that.
But JoJo's a meme, so get away with it.
Always has been.
and that's what's great about it. But anyways, that 86. You know, it's true that not. It's rare to see. Let's just say it.
Yeah.
It's rare to see MCs getting switched and flop. But I can't wait. Hopefully, there's another episode for 86. But I know it's holiday season coming up, so we'll see.
Hopefully it doesn't get delayed again.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to it after that great episode.
But with that being said, we move on to our next show. We have Mushoku Tensei, season 2, episode 11, also known as Jobless Reincarnation. I
Oh,
would seriously
so
try
this
this time.
episode-
no.
this
Also
episode
known
we
as
saw-
Pain.
Yes.
Pain with everything.
So when I saw
Pain.
this episode, like this one made me actually like had to stop and think. Like no other anime this season, or no other episode even like this season, or even like the past season, made me just like kind of just stop, just kind of like recollect like what I saw. Because I know Josh, you do that a lot with your shows, but with me, I'm typically like really good at just like kind of like pacing myself. All right, I'm watching this one, I'll watch this one, you know, so on and so forth. But this one actually made me stop.
I did with the show too, Rabbi, because it's just like you go through the whole season and you see like the slow relationships blossoming. Like I'm not even talking about the love relationship between obviously Rudius and Eris have a blooming love that's coming, but also with Ruijerd left.
Yeah.
You see him
Yeah, man, that was upsetting.
for a whole season, and you grow to love this guy, and you're like, I don't want you to leave,
like, the
bro.
thing
Like,
is-
you're awesome.
The thing is that if Ruijerd was like, if his departure was like the only like major hitting point of the episode, then
It'd
that
still be
alone,
sad.
No,
that
but-
alone would have bummed me out. Yeah.
But yeah, it makes sense though. You know, from what happened last episode, it really got to him.
It hit
him
home
so
that
hard.
it
I
hit
agree
home
with you,
that
David, like
it hit home that Ruijerd isn't like an invincible being, as he's not like yeah, he's like, you know, physical wise, he's like the strongest of the three, but even he has his weaknesses.
He has his
even,
limits.
Yeah, even he has his
like
limits.
I think everyone realized that with when they fought Orstrad, because they were like, we can't beat this guy. This guy's we're not strong enough.
Yeah.
And they went around the whole season being the strongest.
Yeah.
They
were untouchable.
It's funny because they were superheroes. They were like playing a superhero fantasy, and that's why Rudy's dad got mad at him, because he accused him of being a superhero fantasy because he's the strongest. Eris is really strong, and so is
Why didn't you
Ruijerd.
find? Yeah, that's why he rightfully blamed. It was like, why didn't you go find everybody else that disappeared during that whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're off having a joyride, going and traveling contents and being an adventurer and making money and stuff like that. But people are dying. People have died.
So with Ruijerd in general, I feel like he's gonna find himself again. You know, get better,
Oh, yeah.
get stronger,
Yeah.
and
Hopefully.
that
We'll see
he
each
now he knows that his hair's cursed as well.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
You know, if it was just Ruijerd leaving, I would be more okay with that, because the way he leaves is he leaves on like a finished note. Like, this is where we part. You know, I'm gonna say formally goodbye to you and stuff like that. Eris pisses me off because she left like in a like just a really bad way. Like just
Yeah,
Like
didn't
a-
explain anything. Just was like
Like a one-nighter.
Like a breakup text.
She pulled,
No,
she
one-nighter.
pulled a one-nighter on him. We haven't even talked about that scene, but she pulled a one-night stand on him
There
and
you
then
go.
dipped and didn't tell him anything. Just dipped.
And cut her hair
And-
too.
After
That's
going
better.
through a whole journey, like over a year, they were just together. Her and Rudy and Ruijerd were together for like over a year. And after doing that and then just dipping, it's like, you can't do that, man. No,
That's not cool.
you can't.
And
And I feel upset too, because as I'm watching the show, I'm like, when they meet Ghislaine again,
Yeah.
I thought there was gonna be this happy reunion, but there really wasn't.
No.
They were just like, Eris, come in here, get out of here, Rudy. We don't care about you. Come in here, we're gonna discuss.
Rudy was such an afterthought throughout this whole episode. It felt.
I know, and he gets screwed because his whole journey is, I need to protect Eris. I need to get back home, and even now he's treated like a second-class citizen compared to her by the elite.
But I feel like the thing that what's his name?
Rudius.
Yeah, Rudius. In general, like, he messed up by not going towards her when she was really sad. That scene where pretty much the parents died. What else died? Grandfather died, and all.
Well, she mentally prepared. As far as
not mentally.
She was
you saw that
told to marry someone else as well.
But
that was a political, political
but you could notice it too from when they were holding hands. She was firmly like gripping him hard.
Even when she told him to leave, like, she didn't want him to leave.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like even when she goes into the room and they do the deed,
it wasn't serious.
It didn't feel like.
It didn't feel earned
it felt like it didn't feel earned for Rudy. Like, Rudy didn't want it, despite him being this, this pervert and like being like, all talk. He didn't want it. He had to be seduced into it, almost forced into it by her. And even the way she was talking, like, she's naturally aggressive and stuff, but it didn't feel like love, really. It felt like, I need to do this after being together for so long, And maybe that's why she left, because she was like, she realized after they did it, like, that was a mistake, and I can't be with him because we're not on the same page right now.
Yeah. Because, he told her to wait, right? He was like, wait for when I'm 15. And she didn't listen. She didn't, like, obey, like, that follow.
There's a lot of emotions, too. They just got done essentially losing the orchestra, too. So maybe, she's just rattled by that. Like,
everyone's affected.
Everyone's the day before, she was told by Ruzier that she's a warrior. And she was on cloud 9.
Yeah.
Because she was like, I'm super strong now. Like, I could probably
take on the world.
Like, she's like going crazy, and then she just gets absolutely just one punch. Like, Saitama just punched her in the face, and made fun of too. Orchestra made fun of her. Is like, I thought you'd be stronger.
Like,
right?
Yeah.
And then with potential, but you're not there.
Yes. So I feel like everyone in this castle or this location in general is pretty much sad.
Yeah.
I think that was the vibe of the
They're
episode.
depressed, and even Ghislaine, like I said, I thought Ghislaine would like hug them or something. She didn't do anything. She just sat there and said, she ignored Rudy too.
She got
completely
pissed.
ignored him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This man brought Eris back from the demon continent way up north, like thousands of miles away, and you're not even gonna ask him how what they did on the journey.
It has similarities to how it happened to his the dad scene. It has the similarities to that, where everything is not normal right now. The situation.
Upset. No one wants to hear about the story. They just want things to be okay again.
They want everything back to normal.
Yeah, though, even the board itself, the board of names.
That nightmare that Rudy had though in the beginning was such a huge foreshadow though of like what was to come, basically.
Of everyone leaving him, basically.
Yeah.
And then he opens the door and he's back to his old self, and he's like, where is everyone? Don't leave me. And everyone leaves him.
No, which I think that was perfectly well placed in how the episode was like directed in general. It was like you said, it was a foreshadowing of what the episode was to come, and it's really bittersweet. Like, we get to Rudius's home. It's basically gone, right? It's destroyed.
And he's going through all of his memories.
Yeah,
and
which was
seeing
sad.
himself.
That was sad. Ruger leaving, super sad. We get to Iris's hometown as well.
We get to Eris and it's super sad. She's
everyone's
her parents
miserable.
Are dead. Her grandfather's dead. She's gonna be in a political marriage.
Yeah.
And
and
then the one good moment when you think things are going up with Eris and Rudy connecting finally after so long, it's bittersweet because it wasn't like meant to be at that time.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't what it was supposed to happen. And then Eris leaves.
And then Ruger's just bawling his eyes out, which is very understandable.
Like, I don't have a family
like
anymore.
who wouldn't?
Nothing anymore.
Who wouldn't?
He's all alone.
He lost everything. at this point.
Just like he was when he was alive in the human world.
Ruijerd and Eris were his family pretty much for those 2 years.
Yeah.
And they're gone.
They're just gone. Just like that.
In one day. Gone.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't blame him for being emotionally devastated.
Mm-hmm.
So
like my thing is, what is he gonna do now? Like what's
That's
gonna
the big
happen
question.
to him? What's he gonna do? Try to reconnect with Roxy? Try to find Sophie? I don't know.
Well, now that
the mom. Try to find the mom.
The mom, yeah, because we know Sophie's alive because it says on the board that they're somewhere. They've been confirmed alive somewhere.
They just don't know
but
where.
his mom has not been confirmed alive.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of questions up in there now. Hopefully, Rudis gets back. Get a day or two to calm down.
I feel like it's going to take 2 episodes. I feel like it's going to take at least there's going to take 1 episode at least for Rudy to mentally heal.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, I think honestly, I think that we're gonna see Eris's POV in the next episode, and then that's the end of the season.
Yeah, because
with Gus Lane.
Wait, is next episode the last episode?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, it's only
Yes.
12 this season.
It's only 12 episodes.
Oh, well, that's one more than before.
Yeah, no, true. Very true.
Before it was only 11.
Yeah.
Imagine how this is how it ended.
I think it's gonna be Eris's POV, just kind of getting understanding why she did it and stuff, from a viewer's perspective. Obviously, Rudy doesn't know, but
if they don't give us that POV, I wouldn't mind.
But yeah, we'll see next week. Hopefully, on a better note. But with that being said, we move on to the next show. We have Demon Slayer Season 2 Entertainment District Arc Episode 2.
Yeah, you gotta bring up the whole entertainment district.
It makes sense though.
I'm just glad.
He's a player.
I'm just glad that this part in particular got animated. When I read that part, I was like, "Yo, let's go!" I can't wait.
This is probably the most funniest Demon Slayer has been for me. Just the whole concept of
Honestly,
the boys.
Yeah, and to me, call me a Debbie Dyer, I did not find it that funny. But
What?
I was just
Hey, that makes it even more.
This
That
episode
makes
was
that
pure comedy, and I'm like, this is Demon Slayer.
That makes it
should not be pure comedy. But
that you saying that
Okay.
makes it even more funnier because man, I enjoyed this episode so
Oh,
much.
man.
So I questioned the episode at first, but they finally explained that they're not talking other than
Tanjiro. 'cause
Tanjiro's the
apparently he has
only
a
one that
womanly
talks.
voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense.
It's funny because they're all different. So Zenitsu has to wear the full makeup. Tanjiro looks like a girl and can talk because he has a high pitched voice.
No, but the scar
And
though,
he-
the scar.
Inosuke, yeah, the scar, yeah.
Oh,
But-
the thing I rewinded to a lot was
the
the
shaky
little,
head thing, right? Yeah. That had me dying, bro. I was like,
it was muffled too.
I was like, why'd you tell me you had a scar? This is horrible. No one you were kind of free.
But I love seeing unmasked Inosuke because they're like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty.
Yeah,
Without the pain.
I can't believe I got him for so cheap.
He's such a pretty boy.
Oh
that
my
they're
God.
he's a girl right away.
Yeah.
But then they're touching his muscles and man, pretty bulky girl.
It's pretty plump.
No, they were pretty.
yeah, it was so plump. It's like, I don't think that's a good word. I think muscular.
Yeah. It's okay. Guys like that.
No, I like how Tengen. No, and I like how Tengen preemptively gave them okay, don't talk.
Yeah.
Your voice is too husky. They'll immediately.
I like when he keeps coming up. It's so hilarious every single time with
Hey,
this guy.
Tengen's pretty too, bro, with his hair
Yeah.
down.
Oh yeah, he
was
looks
like-
he looks pretty
He's a pretty
sick.
man.
Oh,
He's a
you
pretty
see-
man.
He looks sick.
Zenitsu's reaction.
Oh man. Okay. He's he's usually annoying, but yeah, that man had every reason to be angry.
Yeah, dude.
He was like, "You have 3 wives."
Funny. Oh my, I agree with that moment was actually funny because Zenitsu was annoying as
Yes, as
every
F,
episode.
yeah.
In
He's
general,
my
yeah.
least favorite character, but he had every right to be screaming and whining this
Yes.
episode.
Hey, but wait, did Tengen took that lightly? He took that well, right?
At first he was like, "You're being annoying, bro," and then he was like, "Suck him too."
Gut punch.
They both got gut punched.
I love because you know how Tengen reveals that he has 3 wives, 3 hot wives.
Yeah,
Oh,
very,
yes.
very, very hot.
Very
yeah.
hot.
Very beautiful ninja wives.
Yes.
Yes.
Gorgeous. Anyways, but then like when the grand grand lady walks in the street, right? He's like, is she your wife too, bro?
Yeah, I love, dude. Zenitsu. The funny thing is, he's the most like womanizer character out of every single Demon Slayer one because he always hits on women and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he's the only one who actually cares. This
Oh.
man has 3 wives and
But
is
what
the
about-
ultimate womanizer.
But what about the animation when he started playing the shamisen though?
Yo, that was pretty cool.
That was
Yo, I'll
beautiful.
give him that.
While
I
he
didn't even know he could play that.
while he was
Neither.
no.
hold on.
They
While,
didn't.
while he was raging,
They didn't. They said that he was legit learning as he was playing.
yeah, he
The
was pissed.
rage
He was
literally made him learn. Yeah.
And they were like kind of an ugly girl. to be
Yeah.
honest.
He was electric breathing too, which is he was using that to play.
My man was so angry, dude.
But they were like, he's kind of an ugly girl, but he's so talented. She's so talented.
Go and get him up there.
We'll make her work.
I mean, Tengen even mentions like, oh, you could, I could just give you for free. She could just like work the work the toilets or whatever.
And he's so my man, dude. He had every right to be just whiny
Yes.
baby.
No, but
Just
the
because-
cool thing though is that it honestly gives you like an amazing like contrast of how the boys worked with Rengoku versus how they worked with Tengen.
I know. It's like a complete contrast to it.
Because
This is
Rengoku-
where
Tengen is basically like the party dude. He's like, you do my dirty work.
Yeah.
Go find my wives.
I'm the
for me. I don't
flashy
wanna do
guy.
it."
Yeah. It's like if you had like Rengoku as like your Jonathan Joestar, then Tengen is absolutely Joseph Joestar.
Oh,
yeah.
most deaf. And I love how like Tengen's pretty weird, right? And then Inosuke is kind of trying to be at the same level, and he's like,
You're
bro,
weird, bro.
He's like,
yeah, it's
"That's
pretty
freaky,
weird.
Dude. You're weird.
It's like, yo,
Down a peg.
Tengen's weird, and then Inosuke's weird too, and then Tengen's put off by the weirdness, and Tanjiro's like, dude, he didn't like when he did the same thing he did to us.
oh, what did you guys think of Tanjiro telling a lie?
Oh,
yeah.
that was so dumb. That was so dumb. Like,
He's so honest.
yeah,
though.
he's so humble.
Yeah.
he had to look up,
That
man.
Stupid face.
Yeah. You had to look up.
They owed her sister.
God. Oh my God! But this episode was just
And
hilarious.
then, but even at the very end, though, we get some serious stuff.
No,
Yeah,
yes.
but how convenient. They're like around them, like literally in the same building.
Oh.
This is anime
No,
magic, baby.
They were put there because
Yeah.
Tengen knew that they were in the building.
Yeah.
They knew
Oh,
that they
okay.
were
I didn't know that.
In
No,
the,
yeah,
in
that
the,
was-
in
that
the
was-
houses,
they were
right?
there
That's
to
why they
infiltrate
put them
that.
there, and they basically were like,
'Cause-
"Hey, boys, go and figure out where they are inside this."
Because this
house.
is Tengen's attempt number 3. The first one was
Oh,
he came in as a
okay.
customer.
Oh,
The second one was when he put his wives there, in the brothel, and then the third attempt is now with them.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because his wives are captured. Basically.
Yeah.
Because they gone radio
So-
silent. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah,
just
so-
anime
so
magic.
No,
He's doing everything in his power to not only get his wives back, but also beat this demon, which we know who it is.
Yeah.
It's the big boss lady.
Is
But
it?
Yeah.
Okay,
It
I
is,
was
yeah,
getting
it's the boss
confused.
lady. She tied up the yellow-haired ninja
Yeah.
girl.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering. I thought it was like a new demon.
No, it's her, and then she has her like robe like tying her up, and is like, "Why are you giving information? Why are you sending letters out and giving them information?"
Yeah, what's
She's
going on?
interrogating them. Basically, has them in like some Guantanamo Bay prison cell up there.
Yep.
Yeah, but we'll see if our boys get her or not, because they gotta save her, man. She's too pretty to die.
I gotta save all of them. They're all too pretty. to
Oh,
die.
most deaf. But Mako,
Yeah.
say is the first one we saw, and I'm
Okay,
already.
I don't even know all their names.
Hey,
yet,
hey, hey.
Well,
so-
I mean, they're doing it as it's going along.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
They even said like the houses that each of them came from too. So
I'm
Yeah.
excited to see what they can do and hopefully escape. But with that being said, we move on to our next show, and this is
this one's ending.
a bit farewell to The Great Jahy Will Not Be Defeated, episode 20, which is also the the title of the episode.
Yes, and she never got defeated.
Never.
Never got defeated. No.
And it's an interesting way to end this episode, like summer festival.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just fun old time. How do you?
The fact that they before you continue though, the fact that they brought back that plot point of Jahy wanting to own a restaurant, but then realizes the price of.
Dude, this didn't even feel like the end of the episode, like the series. Honestly, like
No,
they had the whole festival thing, but it was like. I don't know my thoughts on the show, to be honest.
Oh, well, we're going to be able to give it to you guys
towards the
now.
end.
We're
This
gonna be
is
able
the
to give
one
it.
show that ended this week.
Yes, this is the last episode for the Great Giant Not Be Defeated. But like you said, Josh, like it didn't feel like an ending, and if they really wanted to, they could bring more.
Well,
episodes.
that final little piece at the end when they were looking at the fireworks was pretty much the end.
Yeah,
It felt like a conclusion
It
Well,
right
that was the
there.
ending of the season, but there's definitely more content. They even the narrator even said like, "Oh, she wants to stay in the human world
yeah.
longer, right?"
Oh, I found it weird when Severa,
Sorva?
did a fourth wall break, and it was like, "No, I don't." Like talking to a narrator at one point.
Oh, yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like,
that was-
"What the? When are we doing this now?"
Also, Sarva, because we see her fully like in a military garb the whole time when she was wearing that weird bikini thing. I
Oh,
was
what'd
like,
you think? What'd you
"Damn."
think of the Samba outfit?
Oh man, it was fire.
I was like, damn, dude.
But that dude was
You pulled it off.
That dude guy,
Oh,
that
jeez.
dude girl
Oh,
was
these
pulling it
I
off.
doors.
just realized that magical dude is like the only like
Recurring.
recurring male character.
Yeah.
Unless you count like the
The
police
boy.
officers or
Really?
whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
And that one boy.
Yeah, and the one boy. He doesn't even count because he only showed
He
up
comes
this
up in
episode.
2
And,
episodes.
yeah, and the other one, that's it. But the magical man.
Magical bro.
He's
Magical
like in
bro.
every episode. In the
Yeah,
background.
he's like once every other episode.
And he's funny.
He is. Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
The
I
fact
was
that-
too busy looking at Sarva, dude. And I wasn't
Oh,
looking
yeah.
at him.
No, the fact that Sarva doesn't like question it at all until
No.
like she
Jahy.
sees Jahy and she's like, "Oh God, what am I wearing?"
Oh god.
He was just having too much fun, man.
I know. I think that was kind of sweet. It's like
And Jahy too. Jahy was having a lot of fun too. Like when she immediately challenged the boys again. She was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
we're gonna do it better."
It was funny when she was walking around, she meets Sarva in the Samba outfit, and then it just pans to Josh. She's got all this
she's all
like kid
decked
stuff
out.
on, like,
Yeah.
all these little baby
All
toys
decked
on.
out.
being a little girl.
She was like, because she kept her big bag of goodies, and she was like ranting, but she's like, "I'm an adult, I don't need this stuff." And then you just cut to her, and she's wearing all of it.
It's funny too because like the landlady's like the only person there that questions like, "Wait a minute, Jahy's an adult."
Yeah.
She's an adult.
Why
with
is
these
she here?
Kids. How are you gonna give it to her to win?
But obviously the mom character was like, "Oh, it's okay."
Oh, did you guys notice that like when Jahy was doing that thing, you know, with the carriage or whatever, like you could distinctly tell like when she's screaming and stuff. Like you hear like the kids screaming.
Yeah,
but
because she has a huskier voice, like
Ow!
a raspier voice.
So hers was like very distinct. Like you could definitely tell like when she's screaming.
The voice actor who did Jahy has a very distinct voice. Like,
Yes.
Her voice acting is very different from like all other anime girls.
Oh, yeah, very much so. I mean, that's why I always
It's very like raspy and like screamy.
It reminds
she
me-
screams all the time.
You guys remember Fully Cooley with Tatsuhara Haruko? It kind of reminds me of her voice actor, or like, or
Oh, you're right.
David, if you remember from Kill la Kill, non, Nani Sore, remember?
Yes.
Pink girl, yeah,
Yes, yes.
like her voice. Yeah.
And also the girl from. No, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, Little Witch Academia also.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a very,
Susie,
very iconic voice, and
very iconic voice.
that's why I
So it
always-
kind of reminds me of her that voice.
There's a lot of unique kind of characters. With
Yeah.
and that's why I always say Jahy being Jahy.
You
Yeah.
have to repeat it every single
Single episode. Hey man, it's gonna be the last time I say it, so
That's true.
it's bittersweet to say goodbye, but that wraps up the episode. And now for our review of The Great Jahy Would Not Be Defeated.
I feel like it's gonna be
It's very mixed.
very mixed between us four.
Yeah.
We got some.
Mixed, and I want to preface this, although I'm not gonna say my review first. I want to preface this saying I do not hate Jahy because my review is gonna be kind of negative.
We'll get there.
I do not hate Jahy.
Would you say wait, question before we do this? Would you say that it's negative because it doesn't fit your taste in particular, or would you say it's negative because of what the show is what the show did in regards to like?
Well, I think it's a bit of both. Like I'm not a big comedy guy, but I also think that the show has problems.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there, and I think I will start off because I feel like I'm the very.
You're the middle.
No. Let Ravi go first.
You go first.
Yeah, Ravi, then you, then me, and then Josh.
Okay, you guys know the lineup.
I don't. I don't have it thought up.
Okay, I'll go first.
Oh,
No matter what. When we first started Jahy, I was not on board. Honestly, I thought Jahy was kind of annoying, but later when we kept watching the show, it kind of grew to me, and I think like I said earlier podcasts, I think around episode 5, I finally understand the formula of what this show was going. And it was nothing to be taken serious. It was just like, comedy of the week. Let's see what Jahy's doing, all that good stuff. And when the comedy hits, it hits. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't, it's a big miss, and you're not having a good time. So, Jahy being a very unique character, very different. The supporting cast, I think, probably the best characters is Mom and like the little girl, Kokoro. Like they support Jahy a lot. And there's some characters I'm just like, you really don't need to be here, like the Demon Lord. And, and the sister. I mean, but it made sense for like the overarching story.
It made sense in the context because Jahy was number 2.
Yeah, like the whole the demon world being destroyed and trying to restore it, which he completely forgets. But that's here or there. I had a good time. Some episodes. Sometimes I'm just like, let it end already. But overall, I think The Great Jahy Will Not Be Defeated is it's a very mid show. Like I think you said earlier, like if you're not into comedy, this is not your show. Yeah. But if you like comedy, I think this brings a little bit different than other comedy shows does, and does its own twist. So with that being said, I think it's a 5 out of 10.
Okay.
Very, very mid. I think Jahy really delivers from what she does. Some jokes hit, some don't, and I think that's my piece. And I will finally say, Jahy being Jahy, I will miss you in this podcast. So
yeah,
that's my review.
No, aptly said. I agree with you in that regard. That if this kind of show doesn't jive with you, because there's this very specific, and I'm glad that you went first because I was trying to think of kind of what was going on in my head as I was watching Jahy, and I think why I jived with this show so much. I feel like it's safe to say that I out of the four of us, I enjoyed this show the most. It's honestly, it might sound a little bit weird, but it made me feel really nostalgic.
Oh, okay.
It made me feel nostalgic because it reminded me of early 2000s anime.
Oh, okay.
Early 2000s comedy anime where the structure is you have a 3-act sequence. You have your little bits of 4-gag kind of manga-esque escapades and stuff like that. It kind of reminded me of a School Rumble. It reminded me of was it Azumanga Daioh? Oh. It reminds me of those types of shows, which has comedy, which could either extend to just completely fantastical, or it could be kind of mundane.
And I think another good example of just that formula, even in this season, is Vampire Dies in No Time.
Vampire Dies in No Time is also very similar too, where it's you have those 3 kind of things. But the reason why this reminds me of those shows more than Vampire Dies in No Time does is because this one takes place more in a more contemporary setting. Yeah. It takes place in it's just a usual Tokyo suburb or whatever. And even though the characters all use magic and stuff like that, there's some form of normalcy. Obviously Jahy is supposed to be a surrogate to the typical working class that's works a day-to-day job. Is kind of has to do budgeting and stuff like that. She's very relatable in that sense. Yeah. And so a lot of the stuff that she goes through because of the fact that whoever's watching this could probably relate to that. It works. To me at least it does. It works. Okay. I enjoyed the I enjoyed the supporting cast. Not all of them are super memorable. Each of them have their moments. But they're doable. They're serviceable. They work for the type of show that Jahy is. And overall, I think the comedy lands. Because again, it does remind me of those types of shows. It does remind me of like kind of how they were. And even though like you have that whole overarching story of like, oh, restore the Dark Realm. In the end, we all knew this. It never mattered.
Yeah.
It wasn't about that. It was just about how Jahy goes through her day-to-day life, overcoming one challenge at a time, and her kind of like growing as a person, but at the same time not losing that charm that you kind of start off with when you first start the show. Overall, I want to give this one a good 7 out of 10.
Okay.
It's not super high up there for me, and again, my grading is a little bit more on the bias side. If I were to look at this like if I were to look at this kind of like how Josh usually does it with his score, I would say realistically it would probably get like maybe like a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
For as far as would I recommend this to other people goes, but for me it's a 7 out of 10 because it does hit all those beats that I haven't seen an anime do in a while. Okay. It's not every day that you see an anime like this. This isn't like your typical like isekai anime or whatever, or like your power fantasy anime or whatever. It's its own thing.
Yeah.
And I love it for that.
Nice. Okay. David.
My piece.
Well, in general, I don't have that much of an issue with the show. Is that it's just by the length itself. I didn't need it to be that long. It was fine. Like it would. I think if for me in general would be fine for 12 episodes in general, because I feel like some of these jokes, like of course with the general girl, what's her name again?
Severo.
Yeah, it kind of got way too annoying with her, kind of gave me Team Rocket vibes every single time she comes in.
She's not gonna succeed.
Yeah, so it kept giving me like that constantly for other characters too, and I'm like. I get it, but I felt like it would have fit well just in 12 episodes, and then give me it again, the next 12 episodes in general. The character I cared about the most was Jahy, of course. Of course, she's the main and center of this show in general.
She's my favorite character too, yeah.
And I enjoyed the ride with her in general, like her development with herself. Not no more as the number 2, but as in friend. She has friends among herself now. She's not alone no more. So that's what's cool about it. But like overall, like the characters wise, like I really didn't connect as much other than Kokoro, of course. She was adorable. Really adorable, and especially the boss as well.
Oh yeah.
She's really caring. And and that's pretty much for the character wise. I think rating wise, I would put this at a 5, just like Omar.
Oh,
I'm not gonna put it super low or super high. That's where I will base the show wise. Like if it would have been shorter, maybe higher. But for lengthwise, that was my whole issue with it. At first, I had a problem with it, but I was thinking so much as that was a part-timer because I had the same concept as it. But, later on, realizing it has nowhere near the same thing other than the comedy-wise. So I finally realized that later on, and that's when, I guess, it just went over the place in my mind after that. But then towards the end, it finally clicked. That story does not matter in this show as much, other than Jahy. Jahy is the story. So that's pretty much a 5.
Okay, so as I was listening to Ravi, I realized that he had a good point. Like, I cannot not acknowledge the pure comedy of this. As an anime fan, I usually like more nuanced stories that have meaning, that have like a theme, stuff like that. That's why I like when people push the medium to its limits. I'm not a big comedy guy. I'm not a big slice of life, just doing nothing, no drama, no characters or anything like that. And I totally understand that. I have before enjoyed comedy that's just pure comedy, something like Asabi Asabase, you know, it's just pure comedy goodness, wild. And I do enjoy those types of shows. But I have to counter Rabbi a little bit because I realized when I was watching Jahy that I didn't know what it was trying to be. It was comedy, but it also had that drama side, as what with it also had like the character development side to it. And I found that, you know, after each episode, it felt like we reverted back to step one. Like, we would have a little bit of development with Jahy, and then she would just be back to her old self doing gags in her house and stuff like that. Or she would be like, man, I spent too much money on that, and then the next episode she'd spend all her money again. Like, there was like, it was just a cycle of just frustration with her because she's not learning. And that episode where she's, you know, climbing the mountain to get that monocrystal, and she's like realizing how hard it is and how hard life is and stuff like that. The very next episode after that is just the gag stuff again. It's never really brought up again about her monocrystal and stuff like that she had to work so hard to get. And that's the issue I have with the story. I felt like it teased us with more development, and that might be due to the length because they had to stretch it out. They had to make it 20 episodes, so they couldn't put a whole crazy amount of development into it. But when you give us that little bit of character development and then like abandon it the next episode, bring it back a little bit, abandon it, I don't know what to think. Like, I don't know how to view the show, if it's a comedy or if it's trying to be serious at times and stuff like that. Like, this show for me, usually I can tell the quality of a show by like episode 2 or 3, or like what it's gonna be, or what my thoughts of it are. But this show, I did not have any idea of what the show was gonna be until like episode 15, and I was watching and I was just like, I don't know how to rate this. Like, some scenes are really funny, some scenes aren't funny at all, like just like horrible, like so boring I want to turn it off, you know. I found myself sometimes watching it and then getting so bored I had to turn it off and go do something else. Like, it was just really inconsistent. And like Rabbi said, there's some really good parts of some of the comedy slaps hard, and just like how Omar said also, slaps, sometimes it misses, but for me it's super inconsistent, it's super long, and most of the time felt just like a chore, like it was like dragging on too much. There's not enough development with our supporting cast at all. Like, no one else matters except Jahy, literally no one. The Demon Lord shows up midway through and doesn't say a single word, and just her whole character personality is being a glutton and stealing everyone's food. That's her whole personality. She has no power, she doesn't do anything. Even when they tried to give her like a sister at the end there, it's in the second last episode, and they gloss over that battle like completely. And it's just like a gag thing, it's just like a joke thing. Sarva is a one-note wannabe villain that gets screen time in maybe like 5 episodes out of the 20.
She's like the Wild Coyote.
Very much so.
And
she's
the
a Looney
boss
Tunes
lady's
character.
really gentle and kind, but that's all she is. She has no other personality, no other motives other than being a gentle motherly figure. The landlord actually has one of the best personalities. The landlord and Kokoro have the best personalities because they change over time. Kokoro becomes Jahy's first friend, and the landlord becomes Jahy's friend after hating her basically in the first half.
For valid reasons.
Doesn't do anything other than misunderstand every situation, and that gets really, really annoying. She was the most annoying character by far in the entire show because she just misunderstood every single time. That was the whole gag, and I don't find that funny. So I just hate it whenever she was on screen. I was just like, oh, she's gonna be annoying.
Magical Girl.
Yeah, I just felt really like the show, it had too much and also not enough. It just felt like this weird limbo where it's like I'm watching the same thing every single week. Like, there's literally like no difference. So I can't really recommend it to people because it's like you are watching the same thing. But like Rabbi said, if you are nostalgic for that type of show, if you are nostalgic for a show that is, you know, very like
2000s
comedy manga style.
If anything, like in between, I feel like it's in the middle, because a friend told me, he said this show either could go both ways. Either you don't like it or you like it.
There's no like that. That's why I was looking at it from a unbiased, like complete journalistic perspective of analyzing it. It has to be like, to me, it's slightly below average because I don't think a normal seasonal anime viewer will get enjoyment from the show. Unless they're like, I watch everything, I like everything type of person, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think if you watch this anime and you don't have like Rabbi's nostalgia, or if you don't have a history of these types of shows going back like in the early 2000s and stuff like that,
or in
mid
general,
2000s, then you're not gonna like it because there's nothing really happens. It's just kind of like fun, I guess.
Yeah. Jahy of the week.
You don't.
But if you know,
the moral of the story is with this type of show, don't look too deep into something like that. It's just take it as it is kind of show. That's all. That's all it is.
You have to take it as it is, even when it throws like hints of, oh, I'm gonna be a little bit deeper. Here's some development with Jahy. You just have to be like, nah, it's not gonna be that.
It's the lesson of the day.
Absolutely.
Like, it's, at the end of the day, it's not. So for me, going into that, I'm like, I can't recommend this. I gave it a 3 or 4 around there.
That's what I was
because it's like, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But it's just so forgettable that I'm not gonna remember it after
That's the thing.
Yeah. And meanwhile, if you're like me, you're gonna remember it because Jahy sticks out.
It all depends on what type of anime level of fan you're at. You know, I feel like for you to get the most out of the show.
I think this is our most like mixed opinion of a show.
Yeah, very much so. I expected it too. Like I knew you were gonna be in the middle. Josh was gonna be at around the bottom, and I was gonna be towards the top.
It's very interesting how this show.
No, but yeah, because like I said, when my friend told me he read the manga itself, and he says, you'll see if you like it or not within the
very
4
much so,
or 3 episodes. You know, if you don't like it, then
because this show isn't for everybody. Yeah. This show is definitely not for everybody. So if you're like
first time here.
Yeah.
Very much so. And you have something to say?
Yeah. So like, if you're the type of person that wants to engage in shows, like fully, like just have your full attention, don't watch this show. But if you just want like a chill, laid back show where you could just kind of like, chuckle at a few jokes here and there, you can definitely give the show a watch. But don't take the show seriously.
Show is best like weekly. Like, watch the show once in a while. Do not binge the show. You will get annoyed if you binge the show because it's the same. To me, I feel like it's the same episode over and over and over again. Like, I feel like you need to watch this show if you're not really into it by the first 4 episodes, but you still are kind of into it. I'd say you need to watch this show just throw it on when you need like a cheer up.
Yeah,
throw it on when you want to watch some goofy antics.
I would say, just a few episodes here and there, you'll be good. This isn't gonna be like everybody's huge parties. Like, oh man, I gotta finish up Jahy. No, you just watch it. Just watch it when you just want to feel good.
I think this is like, if you watch after an episode of Mushoku Tensei, after that depressing episode.
After you feel sad,
this will perk you. Yeah,
Jahy will cheer you up. But I didn't think we'd get so in depth with it, but hey, that's why we talk about it.
It's a very interesting show. And I have to say, I did not dislike watching it. I just feel like it's one of those shows that makes you think afterwards. Not like about the show, but about like
by yourself probably.
What did it do? Yeah, like what did it do? What did it like accomplish?
And if you guys finish,
make me feel.
And if you guys finish Jahy, let us know what you guys would rate this show as well. I would love to know.
Same. I want to hear what other people said.
But I think with that we say goodbye to Jahy.
Yeah.
And it was a nice ride with you, Jahy, but you have to go.
Gotta go.
And with that being said, we move on to our last show of the week, and that is Dragon Quest Dai, episode 62.
Can I say one thing?
Go ahead.
I still wish we continued the Avan story.
Yes, I think we all feel that. But like I said last week, it felt like, just the one-off, especially like how it ended. It was like Avan Strage.
But I will say Dragon Quest Dai, these last 3 episodes have been hitting pretty hard. I actually like this episode a lot too because we got to see some content with the girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not just
Girl
a
power,
sausage
baby.
fest anymore.
I like
some content with the girls.
And I like how you get like now that they're actually together, you actually get to see the differing like personalities and stuff.
Yeah.
How they
Like-
react.
like
you,
how-
you get
how-
to see how mom is like, she's been around the guys so much that she's like really
doesn't
like
care.
a tomboy.
Yeah.
And
Super
Merle,
tomboy and
Merle
super,
is like Merle is like super conserved. She's like, no, you can't show your legs or anything. And then Leona is just like, but this vase is so cool. Let's take this with
yeah,
us,
she's
guys.
just taking it all in. Like she's just having the time of her life.
Why aren't
She's having an adventure right now.
Yeah.
Why aren't you
Yeah.
grabbing this treasure chest? Yeah, but
And mom is like all business. Like just let's just get this over with.
Yeah.
It's not Dai's adventure this time.
Oh yeah, not
Yeah.
this episode.
No,
I
it's-
mean, but I mean, Pop though.
Oh damn.
yeah, that was kind of like a
I like the development with Pop, how he feels inferior, because that was
Yeah.
that's a running that's a running theme in this show. But because the show's
I'm
so
so-
long, they have to kind of forget about it a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
so-
they have to kind of put it in the back burner. But I'm glad it's back, because Pop being inferior and feeling like he's not good enough is a really good character trait of him.
All right. The one
Stays
thing
that way.
the one thing that threw me off is the the movie jerking.
oh my god.
The movie hand thing when he had the stone on his hand.
when he was watching the girls.
Oh no, was there an animation error that you guys caught that I didn't?
No, it
no,
looks so
it,
weird.
it just looks weird.
It's because he was
Oh,
shaking
yeah,
his hand
yeah,
back
yeah.
and forth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh
That
god.
caught me.
Yeah.
That caught me off guard. I was like, what?
But yeah, like I like how
He's having a good time.
hey man, the women in the show are very beautiful, all right?
They are, and they're all wearing that same toga.
Yeah.
that we
were
were just talking
complimenting.
about last
Dude,
week.
mom, dude, and her the Avon thing getting like going.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
man, I'm like, sign me up. She's got like the peak.
Oh,
Mint.
mom's amazing.
Yes.
Hashtag mom.
Mom's amazing.
Hashtag Team Mom. Not even Pop or whatever. No, just
hashtag
Mom.
team mom.
Emo. I love how they animated it like that too. Like her necklace actually going into her cleavage. It was like,
Hey, but Merle,
they didn't have to do
No,
that.
all
at
of them.
All the
all
girls
of
look
them.
hot.
but Merle also pulled it off too.
Very much so.
But
Those-
even mom like hiking up her skirt. Like I'm like,
Whew.
wow, perfect.
I gotta move around.
Too
you know?
hot
Am
for
I
this
gonna-
show.
Apparently, I heard that they actually censored a lot of it from the manga. Like it was even more spicy in the
Ooh.
manga.
Tell us more, commenter.
Oh, I know he's gonna have a field day for this.
Yeah.
Hashtag team mom. But yes, but going back to Pop, like I like how you said like they bring that up. It's like because he's always been like that, right? He's always
Yeah.
like I'm never better, I'm never good, and like even like
he
where
keeps rationalizing in his own head too, where he was like, oh, but Dai was also a provisional student too. He
Yeah.
also had that thing too, and he saw Dai's like amulet glow and everything.
Yeah.
He's like, oh.
I think that's
He's like, what's wrong? What's happening? Right? Like, why can't I get mine to work? And I'm glad that we have this subplot because like it's true. Like he rationalized it with mom. He's saying, oh, mom, her father was with Avon. Like they might have had a closer bond and stuff like that. That's why hers lit up. But then he saw Dai's and he's like, okay, we were on even playing fields. I actually had a better high ground because I started before. Dai
Yeah.
did.
I was Avon's
so
disciple.
what's going on?
Yeah.
I bet if he could, he would probably zoom his way over to Hyunkil and see if it's glue.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
jeez.
Like it's just glowing in prison.
But if he
It's
knows where
not
he's
in
at,
prison.
though.
It's like he sees the sky. Oh, come on! Hyunkil's is glowing!
Yeah, and then
It's like a
and
star!
then he goes and dies, and then that's the end of Pop.
Oh damn.
uh,
But yeah, I would love.
And then it's Hyunkil and Mom that get together.
Heck yeah. Hashtag team mom pa.
No, I said Hyunkil and Mom.
Oh
get
no.
no. Omar is blocking what you just said out of his head.
Yeah.
So when you say
together.
Hyunkil and Mom,
Yeah.
that
He's
translates
ignoring me.
in it. Yeah, in his head, it translates to, oh yeah, Pop and Mom. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. No,
that's
most
right.
deaf.
It's like him speaking a foreign language and he took in Google Translate
Who
to
is
Mom and
Hyunkil?
Pop
Yeah.
into his mind.
But Hyunkil, oh, that's Canadian for Pop, right?
But yeah, man.
But yeah, he's struggling right now.
Yeah, he's struggling.
Mentally.
I can't wait to see his stone actually glow. So
Yeah,
it'll be like
I think his will glow at like the last possible moment. Like he's doing
Before he
he's
dies.
doing Midoriya's at like the mountains and
Yeah.
blowing
Oh,
them
yeah.
up, and his still isn't glowing.
yeah. So I can't wait to see Hopefully.
He's got to destroy the world for the glow. Watch. Pop is the final boss, not Vern.
Oh damn!
They
Final
got
boss.
they got to recruit Vern to stop Pop.
Yeah, and the only
destroying the
way
world.
Pop stops his rampage is
Why?
from a kiss from mom.
I love this subplot.
Then he gets the kiss, and then it turns out it was Merle all along.
Oh damn!
Yeah, because Merle's really into him
Yup.
for some reason.
Love triangles. Love to see them.
Crazy love triangle.
And like the episode ends with
I like how the girls were talking about the boys a little bit as they were going down. They were
of
like,
course.
"Oh,
Gossiping.
this is
Gossip.
why when mom hiked up her skirt, Merle I think or was
Yeah,
it Leona?
Merle.
I think
Yeah,
it was Merle.
it was
Was
Merle.
like this, or Leona said it.
no Merle.
She was
No,
like,
Merle.
this is why Pop
has those 30
always
thoughts.
ogles you.
Yeah.
And
And
mom
then,
is
and
like,
then she was like,
He's always been a perv.
He's been oogling her for way before that when they first met.
That's funny.
He's been a perv.
But they're stuck in the dungeon, man. They were gonna head back.
they're gonna die from falling.
Is mom gonna die?
Oh, I also
Is Vern
like
gonna take over the whole world, dude?
I like
no.
I like the fact that Nova and Dai are training together.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Nova is like, oh, got a order to like read the book for Die because he can't read.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
cool. He's explaining the reason, like, hey, I can't do these abilities perfectly, but
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah.
It makes you remember that Dai grew up in an island with nobody but monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they didn't know how to read either.
And the fact that the first 10 episodes of Dai was in the island.
Yeah.
I kept forgetting that.
Never forget your roots.
Yep. Literally.
But it's cool.
No, yeah, very much. So.
I like that we're getting a little bit more information with Nova.
Gotta get all the information.
Yeah, man. So I can't wait to see how the girls escape from the dungeon. And
If they escape.
oh, don't say that. Hopefully the queen doesn't die. Either way, that was Dragon Quest Die. And with that wraps up the animes, and we move on to our news segment. And we have a lot of news this week.
So much news, because guess what? A little thing called Jump Fiesta just happened. So
so we got a lot of news from there.
yeah.
And also big news of if you're a big your name or 5 second
My name's
sentiment-
Robbie.
Well, yeah,
Cheers.
Weathering with you.
I wasn't. I'm
Weathering with you.
Weathering with you. The director himself revealed, key visual for his next movie.
Makoto Shinkai.
And it looks like another natural disaster movie. He
Yep.
loves those
And
movies.
that is our new segment.
It's gonna be the anime adaptation of Day After Tomorrow. No, just kidding.
Oh God, Suzume's door is closed. That is the English title for this movie, and the poster itself is very interesting. It's just like a door
It's
there.
just a door and a bunch of water around it.
And what my first thought was like, oh, this is the aftermath of Wedding with You.
I thought so too. I thought they're gonna continue along this trend here where they're just having them in the same universe.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they did that
What
with
if
Your
they
Name
are?
and Weathering. So
Yeah. So
But they might be. We don't know much information about it, so
And
it might be very well be
this
the
director,
same universe.
this director
Uh,
loves having little cameos,
do
right?
you think
Yeah.
there's gonna be another rainstorm like because remember when we saw Weathering with You? Because me, David, and Omar, we saw Weathering with You when it was in theaters,
Yeah.
and it was super raining that night.
Oh
That's
yeah.
funny. That's funny.
Yeah, it's a coincidence.
So I'm hoping.
I love how in Weathering with You, the main characters literally just cause global war.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Because he loves love, right?
Yeah. He said,
Yeah.
F Japan, I want my girl.
I want my girl back.
He said, "I want my girl."
It was Tokyo
man.
specifically.
I don't
It was
care.
Tokyo
Yeah.
specifically.
Screw the
Tokyo.
world, man. I want my girl.
Yeah.
And
Powerful.
I respect that.
Very powerful
That's
I
true.
do
statement.
respect that.
Very powerful statement. But I'm guessing from everyone's reaction, everyone's excited for this new movie.
Oh yes, very much
And-
so. I can't wait for it
Hopefully
to
for the
like.
trailer. wanna
I
see
can't
how
wait
the
for a
trailer-
typhoon to happen when this movie comes to our theaters.
Typhoon.
Oh my God.
Hurricane's gonna come across California.
Jeez.
and then sweep all the way up to Canada.
Yeah, just to say hi.
directly at your house.
Directly at Josh's
at my
house.
Because I know for Japan, they're getting it next year.
Yeah.
That was announced, so I don't know when we will get this movie. Hopefully.
Probably winter 2023. I'm thinking.
You think so? That's your guess?
Yes,
Okay.
that's my guess.
Wait, when next year did they say?
No, they didn't say.
Just coming
Okay.
2022.
Yeah. You know how these movies go. They're-
Oh, no.
January.
oh,
January.
2023 for
No,
us?
2022.
Oh, you're dumb. No highway chance.
No.
No, we didn't even get a trailer.
Yeah, there's no chance it's coming out in January. It's probably coming out
gonna
like
drop
August
it.
or something.
It's gonna be like, whoop, shadow drop. The movie. It's in theaters already, and they'll be like, what?
Shadow drop is in
I know you're
theaters
excited
already.
for this movie
Zero
to happen
hype.
already, but you know you have to
Why
wait.
would they even give hype in the first place? Why would he even release the movie? if he
No,
just
it's
wanted
gonna
a
shadow drop. It's gonna shadow drop in our local theater,
You're dumb.
not even
Dumb.
Japan.
Continue.
Either way, if you guys excited for this movie, let us know in the comments. And with that, we move on to our next news segment. We love talking about this damn show.
Yes.
And it's a movie. Jujutsu Kaisen 0. It's almost here for Japan. Gojo. But yes, they reveal another trailer and a lot like story beats. And this one, like,
It
Yes.
felt like they gave us a preview of the.
They spoiled us.
yeah. Especially like when the first class
Uh-huh.
are like down and then like it's up to the boy, with the sword. It's like, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, it looks. I mean, that boy does not show up in the actual series, so
Yeah,
I'm just
so-
saying.
We'll see. I'm so excited to see this movie, but
Maybe he left. He left Tokyo.
Oh, you
the
think
train because he does show up in the opening, the second opening.
Oh yeah, he does. Huh?
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he's still around.
Yeah. So that, we'll see what happens. And then Gojo with the white bandit. Bandit.
And
I'm
it
telling
just-
you, man,
yeah.
it's a white belt version of his bandana.
No.
He's got the yellow
Is that
belt.
true, Gojo?
Yeah, and and then by Jujutsu Kaisen, he's wearing a black belt on his eyes.
Oh, jeez.
No, but yeah, the animation's spotless. Mappa bringing their
Oh,
super
yeah.
A game.
Yeah, they were
So-
like, no, we're not doing the Yasuke treatment here.
Jeez.
All hands on deck. So man, I'm just excited to see this. If you've seen the trailer, what do you guys think?
And whenever we get it,
And if you
hopefully
didn't see the
keep-
trailer, make your
watch it.
predictions of what happens in the trailer, comment, and then go back, watch it, and then read your comment.
Or if you don't want to be spoiled, you can just wait for the movie to come out. Hopefully next year for us.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Mappa, please.
please.
But with that being said, we move on to our next news segment. We have confirmation of Dr. Stone season 3.
Whoa!
Not even next year.
No, not next year. Not next year because
Whoa.
they rationalized it. They rationalized it because they're like, okay, we're gonna give you guys in 2023, but guess what? You guys are getting a pirate special in 2022.
It's called Dr. Stone
Ryusui.
Coming out next year, 2022. We don't know
Mhm.
when, but
Summer.
it's a special. Or they didn't specify. We're thinking it's a movie, maybe an OVA.
It's a special, so I'm gonna guess
Hour
maybe
long.
around the 43
Yeah.
hour long ballpark.
So and plus pirates. So we'll see how.
Har 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 har.
Excited for pirates. Get excited for this. But yeah, I'm shocked that Dr. Stone pushing to 2023.
I know.
Yeah.
I wish it was closer.
But
Season
hey,
2, we talked about season 2 last year, right?
no, this year.
Was it this
Year,
year?
yeah.
Oh yeah, was it? Oh yeah, because it was in your. It was like the one anime in your most anticipated list that actually turned
That
out
actually
good.
delivered.
That actually delivered, yeah.
Yes, most definitely. So, I'm happy they're taking the time, right? So, because second season slapped, and yeah, I just have to wait. I have to play the waiting game for
Yeah,
Dr.
you gotta
Stone.
play the waiting game.
But hey, I'm excited.
I
for
can't wait though.
I cannot wait because the special's coming out.
Yeah, I
So
know.
we'll see how that goes, and if you guys decide, let us know.
January, baby, let's go.
But on to the next news, a big one. If you're an old school anime fan, you know about the big three, Robbie?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I am.
Oh
Nah,
yes,
he-
I do.
He doesn't know. He's dying. He doesn't watch anime.
Oh no, I don't watch anime.
Okay. So
Please explain to me.
let me give you a
Sir.
rundown.
Yes, give him the rundown.
There was the big three, right?
Okay.
There was One Piece,
Oh, One Piece.
Dragon Ball, and Naruto.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I know
But there was
those.
always that middle child that never got love.
Oh, which one?
It's called Bleach.
Bleach?
Yes.
Wow, that sounds really cool. That
Yeah.
sounds really dandy.
Yes. And if you're
Are you guys an infomercial and stuff?
and you know that Bleach never finished.
You know what? Yeah, I did think that.
Oh,
I
gee.
always did think. Why didn't Bleach finish? Tell me what happened.
No one was watching it.
No.
No one was watching Bleach apparently. But
Oh.
after 10 years of hiatus,
Oh.
it is finally getting an final arc anime.
Oh my
adaptation
God.
Next year in October.
So that means I could watch this without ever watching Bleach, right?
No. Of course not.
Oh, jeez.
Of course not. Watch all Bleach and then get hyped for this.
Yeah.
That is the only sad thing about it. But hey, there's a lot of Bleach fans, right?
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. I'm sorry to ruin it for you guys, but
I wish I was on the hype train with you, but unfortunately not.
another reality shattered right there.
Yeah, unfortunately. I just know about the history of Bleach and how it got shafted.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we all grew up with Bleach. You know, it was in our lives because at one point it was like super duper talked about. It was like that one
Not my
show.
life.
Huh?
Not my life.
Not yours. Oh my god, come on, man.
But people that watch anime in the 2000s.
Yeah, like
Very
you know,
much.
if you're a really avid like Adult Swim fan, then
I
like,
I heard
that was
Joshua
it.
is one of them.
Oh my god.
Just kidding, Josh.
Bruh.
But yeah, no. So like for a lot of people, like that was like the anime that you grew up with. That was
Yeah.
like hardcore and whatever with a lot of blood and all that stuff.
Yeah, and it was surprising it never ended. So
Yeah.
I'm glad it's finally getting this treatment and with the very big facelift
Yes.
animation.
I might check it out. I might check out Bleach itself. I never seen Bleach. I never.
Yes.
Oh.
Please do. Like
Damn.
especially like I'm always like a huge advocate for like especially the early parts of Bleach. Like the first 60 episodes is just if the first 60 episodes of Bleach were just by itself, it would be a masterpiece in my book.
But it's 300 and something episodes.
Yeah, and unfortunately the quality it does kind of like it does
Yep.
dip, but this last arc is just stupendous.
Just
Like,
off the
it's been-
off the trailer, it looks really amazing.
Yeah, it looks
so
amazing.
good. Did they say if the Studio Pierrot is still working on this one?
I did not get information about
Because I
that.
know those are the guys that also did Black Clover, and I think they said like, oh, we're gonna stop with the Black Clover anime for a little bit, right?
Oh,
So I don't know if it's still them.
let us know. I'd
It's
love to know.
Studio
Okay.
Pierrot.
Oh, it
Oh,
is.
they
It
are-
is
oh,
Pierrot.
okay.
Okay,
All right.
it's still Pierrot.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I thought it was Peria.
It's Pierrot because
Period?
Yeah, it's Pierrot.
No, it's Pierrot because it's a clown. Their mascot's a clown face.
Oh, okay.
So and Pierrot
Oh,
is
no.
like an alternate way of saying clown. So it's Pierrot.
But yeah,
Okay.
Bleach finding a final arc treatment that is well deserved. And are you guys excited? Are you guys hype? So let us know.
I am.
I know Robbie is, but
I'm super hyped.
and it's so hyped that Dave is gonna watch the whole show.
Yeah.
We'll see if it holds true to that word. But with that being said,
You're gonna enjoy the first. You're gonna enjoy the first opening of Bleach. It's so good. It's legendary. I love it.
I think I've heard one of the Bleach songs actually. Omar heard of it too because I actually gave him the
I'm telling you, that
the
first,
audio.
that first opening is still it's still amazing.
Iconic.
I love it.
Is it the
super
one that
iconic.
he's probably talking about or no?
no.
No.
It's called Asterisk by Orange Range. It's so good.
But with that being said, I know you're very excited.
Okay, yeah.
But we have to
we
move
gotta
on.
move on. We gotta
We have
move
to
on.
move on to the next show. I mean, next news,
Yeah.
which is Chainsaw Man. I got another trailer,
It did.
which it was supposed to come out this year.
It was.
It was also
it was
on
on my it was on my list.
both of our anticipated show of this year. But hey, better late than never, I guess. And
Yeah.
hopefully it comes out next year. But the trailer was cool. It showed like the whole
Shut off Makima,
Yes.
in her suit looking at you,
yes
the viewer.
full animated form.
Yeah.
So that was cool to see, and like manga panels of the whole
Just flashing over.
going
It was
crazy.
Super representative of how I viewed it, how I read the manga. You know, it
Yes.
was like so many
Most
colors.
From what you told me, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just excited. I can't wait to see it. I'm glad it's still going. It's gonna
Yeah.
happen. Hopefully
It's
next
happening.
year.
It's happening.
So we will see. And if you guys are excited, let us know.
I'm just saying, when that anime comes out, there's gonna be so many people buying Kobeni merch. You guys don't know who that is, but you'll see. You'll see, and you'll understand.
Hey man, I already like the little dog chainsaw.
Pochi.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just glad that it's happening. And with that being said, we move on to our next news. Cygames,
Cygames.
a beloved mobile company.
So beloved. I can't live without them.
For some people.
I will say I play Princess Connect, so I actually do play a Cygames game.
Yeah, I have to. I played Princess Connect, Shadowverse.
I enjoyed the anime for Princess Connect.
Yes, the anime is awesome. But hey, it's their 10th anniversary.
Woo!
We saw the video for it, and it was really cool. Really awesome, very bombastic. You know, Pecorine kind of looked like Saber for one moment. You know, you see characters from Grand Blue, Rage of Bahamut, Fro guy. I remember
the music was awesome too. While watching it.
No, yeah, it was very fitting, well deserved,
and it had a lot of love poured into it. You know, from a whole bunch of different industry people too, which is crazy.
Yeah, like Derby Girls got in there. I was like, what?
Yeah, I played most of their games.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing I haven't seen was the shows themselves, the animes themselves. I'm still missing a couple episodes for Behemoth.
I think that's what we give
Bahamut. Yeah.
Bahamut, yeah.
I think that we give credit for that because other than being in a mobile game,
the
anime adaptation's been solid.
Yeah,
that's what I heard too.
So, hey, I'm so excited for that Princess Connect season 2.
Oh, same here.
Hopefully, it's still happening next year.
Hopefully, it has the same director too.
Most definitely. That first season is amazing. I mean, if you haven't heard a review about it, check out on our podcast.
You gotta go way back though.
Yeah, check out our playlist. Oh yeah, I think
back when our equipment wasn't as good.
Our first one.
Yeah, our first season.
First season. Oh man,
yeah,
it's been that long. But with that being said, hey, if you haven't seen the video, check it out. It's a very cool watch.
It's free.
You're dumb. We move on to our next news. Fullmetal Alchemist gets a mobile game. Yay! But hey, for a mobile game, it don't look that bad.
No,
it actually pretty looks solid.
No, when I saw it, I thought it was legit. I thought it was a game.
I thought it was an actual fighting game.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was a video game.
Yeah, you said it was like Ninja Storm or something like that.
I thought it was like Ninja Storm, yeah. Or like the new Demon Slayer game that just came out.
Oh yeah. But yeah, like I knew.
I saw health bars and I saw characters doing flippy dips and stuff. So.
Oh yeah, but then the one thing that threw me off was like a level, and I was like, oh, that's a mobile game.
Yeah.
No, but what's cool about app games now? They're starting to get actual voice acting more often and more scenes from the show itself or scenes from shows.
Yeah, from the trailer itself, it's very well adapted of the Fullmetal Alchemist, the first one.
Now the thing is, stateside, if it does come over here, still gotta keep Big Pinata as.
Oh my god, that's a whole big can of worms.
I don't care. He is Edward Elric. That's him.
Maybe
Romy Park is great. I love Romy Park and Brotherhood and everything, but you can't go wrong with Vic Mignogna.
But if you're wondering when this mobile game will come out, it will come out in the summer next year.
Summer.
Like Robbie said, Holly's just in Japan, but we'll see if it comes out stateside.
We'll see.
But with that being said, move on to our next gaming news. Phantom Breaker, Omnia
came out with the most legendary trailer of all time.
Oh my god!
It was amazing. I'll be honest. I'm not even gonna be surprised if this game goes full platinum first week that it comes out after seeing that trailer, because that was amazing.
It was very. It's very different from all the.
It was smart. It was smart. I would have not even been able to dream of thinking up that kind of trailer. It was amazing. Combo breaker.
I just like it reference other fighting games.
You got to, man. You gotta get everybody in.
Spicy.
6 AOs and like 20 characters with 3 different combinations means so many different combinations. My mind can't keep up.
Do you guys want more wards? We got them.
Habanero salsa.
Oh god. But yes, the trailer was different, cool. It
was great. It was amazing.
If anything, it gets me more excited for when the game comes out. Of course,
comes out March 15th of next year. So
yes.
3 months from now.
It makes you automatically realize that, oh shoot, I subconsciously just pre-ordered the game.
It's basically gonna come out for all the systems except the new ones, I guess. PS5 and Xbox.
It'll come out on the Ouya as well.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
That thing is dead. I can't believe you actually remember that.
Come on, man. Gotta come out on everything. Everybody needs access.
But yeah, Phantom Breaker coming out pretty soon. Get hyped. If you guys are hyped, let us know. That being said, we move on to our next news. Lord El-Melloi 2 Case Files, Rail Zeppelin, Grace Note, Season 2.
That
was a mouthful, I know.
That was a mouthful.
Yes, but it got announced for Season 2, and I think it's taking a very different turn from what the first season left off. Because it kind of wrapped up nicely.
It's time travel shenanigans, baby.
Yeah.
So if you weren't nostalgic for Fate Zero already, well, guess what? Waiver's coming back. And we're not just talking about adult waiver. We're talking about student waiver.
Yeah. My vibe I got from it is like he's trying to remember what happened during that time. I don't know. That's how I looked at it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I'm sorry, Ravi, but yeah. In my mind, it's like we get two sides. Like his like past versus his future now. I guess he's probably solving something.
I just wonder if because we seen Fate Stay Night, right?
Yeah.
Element Blade Works. Maybe we could see that route. We see Tosaka,
Yeah, because they were at they were at
cool.
school at the same school as well, but
yeah, we'll see. We'll see
School's
that comes
cool.
true. And
they did the same thing too. Because when we watched the first season, the special, we saw it in Japan.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember you guys telling me about that.
yeah, that was cool. And they're doing the same thing for this one. It would be released on New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve is going to get the special.
Yes, in Japan only though. So
Yeah.
we'll have to wait. And I'm excited. I liked the first season for what it was.
Oh,
And,
did you? I thought you didn't like it that much.
Did I?
I remembered. I distinctly remember.
No, it's me.
Okay. I was remembering the
yeah.
wrong person.
It was in the
Damn it.
middle.
Yeah.
I don't like don't like much of trains as much.
The problem with that first season was it was specifically set on a train, which actually in the original source material was only on the train, but the anime actually expanded where it's like, oh, we actually had parts without it. But anyway, the thing that I remember mostly of us like talking about it was Ryder, come back.
We'll probably see him.
Iskander, please come back.
Probably
But yeah,
see him.
and Graber.
Oh, Graber's coming back. I'm
Yes.
happy.
Yes. And with that being said, we move on to our final news of this week, which if you haven't seen Twitter, check us out on Twitter. I've been praising the crap out of this game. And that is DNF Duel. They just been on a roll releasing character after character every day.
I was looking for an article, but most of them is like it's so many characters that came out after another. I was like, you know what?
Yeah, the Dungeon Fighter is like has so much lore and content and everything going on. It is wild. It's crazy.
Yes, it has opened my eyes to this game and how awesome it
Yeah.
is.
I legitimately have a friend that's like literally logs into Dungeon Fighter online daily because he loves beat 'em ups. I mean, this game's not a beat 'em up, but
No.
Yeah, it's a fighting game.
it's a fighting game, straight up
It's-
arc system.
Yeah, which all these characters honestly look awesome.
Yes.
I think there's not one character that looks boring to me.
Mm-mm.
And
They're all pretty fun to play, but at times I'm like, whoa, you're a little bit too hard to defeat. But
Whoa, what's going on here?
yeah, and
but it's fun.
I like how this, the people that are making this game, they're giving out also like what the mechanics are like little by little, like the HP.
But it's so
gauge.
fast.
They're
Huh?
trickling it down to you guys.
Yeah. So like obviously at the day of this recording, the beta's out.
Yes.
So you have this weekend to play
You
it.
got till
Do you-
tomorrow.
Do you remember when I told you when we made this a news while back?
Yeah, it was like a year ago.
Yeah, there was no information
Isn't
at
that
all.
crazy?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
Wild how that
because
works.
I brought it up because it like piqued my interest. But after that, went dead silence.
Hey,
Mhm.
interest
I-
peaked. Interest. You just kind of like had a little tab saved on there, and then there you go.
Yeah,
surfaced
I
up
played
again.
I played some of the beat 'em up of the game itself,
Okay.
the actual game. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
So I see how they got certain moves from the game and stuff. It's cool. I enjoy it. I actually like how the game is right now.
That's
so far.
good.
All right. Question. Just from off of like appearance and like what they do. What will be your character, Robbie?
Probably Berserker. I'd want to say
Yeah,
he looks really cool.
You going buck wild,
Look wild, baby. Let's go.
David?
That's tough. Like I played mostly everyone except Berserker,
Oh,
but damn, that's tough. I think the fun to play with is Ranger. You don't because you don't usually see like usual like gunfighters, I guess, because
Mhm.
all he does is shoot. That's all he does. The
Yeah.
only thing he like in general, one kick, like 1 or 2 kicks. That's it.
Kind of reminds me, like seeing his gameplay kind of reminds me of Whole Horse from the JoJo arc.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because Whole Horse was all he does is just shoot.
Mhm.
That's what all his buttons do.
But he's so fun to play with. I don't know, for some reason he's the one that I target too. Even though I kind of suck with him, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like my main character so far is Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight's the one I play the most.
Okay.
Oh, Grappler's fun too. I like Grappler.
The Ryu clone?
Yeah.
Hey man, he
He
looks
just
cool.
showed up.
No, his super literally like force grabs you in, and then you do like a seismic toss and stuff. It looks awesome. Some of these specials look amazing.
Yeah, if you haven't seen these trailers, check them out. They're really short. So
Yeah, very short. Yeah.
So if you have a character you're interested, check them out. Check them
Mhm.
out. And I think if I had to pick a character, I'll pick Hitman. I think he's just like a badass
Yeah.
old man, fucking sword.
you know
and
what?
Submachine gun.
You know who he reminded me
Who?
of? Without the gun, he reminded me of the guy you played on Guilty Gear, the samurai dude.
Oh,
Nagoriyuki.
Yeah, with the
Oh.
slashing, with
Oh,
the
okay, I
sword
can see that.
slashing.
okay.
It's pretty insane. Because at times I'm trying to get close to him and I couldn't do anything.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Can't wait to get my hands on it. Hopefully tomorrow I'll get to play it.
Yes.
But with that being said, that wraps up the news, and that wraps up the podcast for this week. If you made it this far, like always, we really appreciate you guys listening to this
Always,
far.
of course.
It keeps us motivated to keep doing this stuff. And like always, I am your villager, Omar.
And I am Falco Robbie.
And this is your Game & Watch, David.
And this is Captain Falcon Josh.
And we will see you guys next week. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.